We run this shit.
Let's fix this shit. Welcome. Happy Friday, everyone. Whiskey and Cannoli's podcast, episode 20. Okay.
Hey,
So
one more, and the podcast can drink beer.
I can't deal with you right now.
I mean, I guess.
Listen. So we have a special guest today that I'm going to bring on here. Awesome lady that I became friends with on Twitter. Gaming aficionado, pop culture aficionado. She talks about everything. So I'm very happy to have her on. And I'm going to bring her on now. This is Vex Electronica.
I just want to know why she gets special guests and I just get absolutely nothing.
Because you're trash, bro.
Nah.
There you go.
Well,
I identify as trash.
You're joining our show here. We already have the sex bots in the chat, so we're doing well.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. They're for me.
I knew that was from you.
Yeah. Something's from you. It ain't that. So how's everybody doing this lovely Friday evening?
Tired as
Doing
hell.
all right. Doing all right. How about you guys?
We're living the dream.
Some of us got off of work 30 minutes ago.
Oh,
Who was that?
Yeah.
Was that you?
Yeah. Do you want to pay me triple time to stay for overtime? I will stay for overtime.
Yeah, what's work? What do you consider work?
Bro, I
Sitting
didn't
at
sit
a
there and
desk.
judge people all day. I'm just sitting judging people.
Yeah, you judge people, all right. All right. So we have a fun show tonight. We're going to talk a little about everything because of our lovely guest. She pretty much an expert on everything, but video games is her forte. She has a podcast. By the way, all her information is in the description of where to find her, what social media stuff to find her on, her podcast. We'll talk to her about that. Let's address the chat real quick because apparently we have people in here and people like us. We have
more me.
Weird World Comedy, who is Advent, of course, a regular. How you doing there, buddy? Of course, we have Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch, the kid, the mom, Abomination AJ in the chat. And that's when you know you've made it, is when you have Abomination AJ in the chat greeting you. Hello, Abomination AJ. Thank you for coming by, stopping by. Okay, let's see. What is Weird World Comedy and Abomination AJ already fighting with each other in the chat? That's how you know you're going to have a fun show.
I'm waiting for White Bear to come off the top rope.
White Bear. Okay, so I do have an announcement before the show starts. So White Bear and Copa Catania had a fun show on Monday doing a movie review of the movie Heat with Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, right? So we figured, hey, let's just make this a regular Monday thing going forward. So that is going to be my new show on Mondays. Instead of me being solo, I'm going to be with them too, and we are going to be doing movie reviews going forward. So starting this upcoming Monday, we will be reviewing Planes, Trains, and Automobiles for the Thanksgiving holiday season. And then moving on from that, oh my God, I can't deal with you when you're not non-movie watching bullshit. This is unbelievable. So we're trying to come up with a name for the show. Of course, Miss Cannoli Sasquatch wants a show too. Every Monday show is going to be kind of an open show for anybody who wants to come on as a guest, of course.
Miss Cannoli Sasquatch, you can get a show when there's a turkey in the background. You can just skip over the best holiday.
Wow. You going to take that?
The disrespect. My goodness. My goodness.
The audacity.
Yeah, this is what I got to deal with Vex on a daily basis, so or weekly basis. So this is what I have. Okay, Vex, tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you up to? Where can we find you? And give us a little background on how you got started in all this.
I'm Vex Electronica. I will not disclose my age for personal reasons.
You don't.
I've been a lifelong gamer. That's all. Always wanted to dabble in the whole gaming thing, but just never really had the courage to do it. COVID hit, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's start streaming on Twitch." I was streaming on Twitch for almost a year, actually, but my internet is really poor where I am. And then work picked back up again because they were starting to lift the restrictions up here. So I just kind of took a backseat from it, but I kind of kept in touch with some of the people I met in that community. And one of them, the Lambency show, actually, I can't remember what his old name was, but he reached out to me and he was like, listen, I'm doing like weekly interviews with people, but I want to start like a regular podcast. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. I'll come on. So we started doing it started off as just kind of like a chatting about anything kind of thing, and then we ended up talking about gaming more, and we started this back in April, and then it just kind of delved into a weekly gaming podcast instead. And then we kind of rebranded ourselves. We should have like honestly, we should have like 30 episodes of This Week in Gaming, but we rebranded ourselves once we found our footing. So now we're just This Week in Gaming. It's a great outlet for me to get all of this useless information that I enjoy consuming out. People seem to like it. And not only that, but there just seems to be a lot of, like everything else, there seems to be a lot of bias in gaming in general. So I just listen, I'm a brown woman. I checked 2 of the boxes off right there. Now be unbiased. I
love it. Yeah, I listened to the podcast now for a while and went back and listened to old ones, and it's my new favorite thing to do. If I can't catch it Sunday nights, that's the first thing I do when I get to work on Monday. And you got a good one coming up this week. So, yeah, we're going to talk about some of the gaming culture stuff, pop culture, and what's going on, and talk about how John Leguizamo is an idiot. And, yeah, and then how Disney is trying to be diverse but racist at the same time. Inadvertently, maybe. I always am. So we have actually another guest in here.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah!
Yeah, this is a surprise.
God damn! I made the top row. What the fuck?
So Lamitzy actually, it was kind of a surprise for. He wanted to surprise Vex on the show, and co-host on the podcast. And so I figured if we got one, we might as well get them both, and just have a real fun
man
panel
behind the scenes.
Yeah. So how you doing,
one
Lam?
felony, get 2 felonies.
Yeah.
Say that again.
How's
You
everything
get 1
going,
felony.
Everything's
stupid,
going
people.
fine. I just got home. I've been just crazy busy with work. Holiday season's around. Vex knows that even though technically I'm the retail manager of a toy store, saying that I'm a retail manager is such an understatement. I'm also the website SEO expert. I'm the guy who lists everything for online as well and does all that.
God.
And then I come home and I got Vex over here constantly just like, do you ever sleep? Because I'm always making a Facebook website or something. Like literally I put in our we have a co-host section that's only available to us in our Discord. And I put in last night, I'm like, I've been working on a big update for our website for the past couple of days. I'll let you guys know when it's ready. Today I hit them up and I'm like, yeah, it's ready. If you look at the tabs on our thing, there's a thing that says fan page. If you click it, we actually have a fan page where people could leave voicemails. We can play on the podcast as well as chat with people.
Awesome.
And Vex, of course, is just like, what the?
Yeah.
Grind never stops.
All he does, that's all.
No, it never stops.
I can't do any of that shit, man. My God.
Listen, when I got into this thing, I did not realize. I was on a show with JT Gunn late night with Cap Wednesday, and he asked me what was the thing you didn't anticipate doing a YouTube thing, and I said the preparation and editing. Like I knew there was going to be some of that, the editing part. Wow,
it's like 90% of it.
It's ridiculous, and I used to like it. But then what I try to do is now with the algorithms on YouTube, and you have to kind of put something up almost every other day. And it's like, so I would probably say that my Saturday mornings, I get up, edit, and I'm probably editing for 4 to 5 hours every Saturday morning till the early afternoon, and then scheduling everything to come out. So that might get easier now that I have a kind of a different platform on the Monday show that I talked about, and then doing this more and having more guests on. I like the live streaming. So they're pushing YouTube Shorts and live streams right now, YouTube. That's the algorithm pickup. So that's why I'm trying to convince Whiskey Banger to eventually get his own show, because I think he would be an awesome person for different type of content. And I would sell yourself short there, buddy.
Gay male content.
I mean, we could talk about that. There's no shame. It's 2022, right? There's no shortage of that. No, but so anyway, I'm glad we're all here today because this is the biggest panel I've had yet, which is great. Which means I must be doing something right in this platform. Yeah, right. sticking with the gaming culture. So if I had to throw an easy question out there for you, Vex, what do you see the biggest issue is with currently with the gaming culture? Is it the gaming critics? Is it development? There's been a lot of issues with game development lately where games are being pushed out way too fast, obviously to gain profit. But what do you see, if you can take a step back, what do you see is the biggest issue in the gaming with the gaming culture period right now?
It's the same issues that the movie industry has, in all honesty. You have just this product. So, like, movies are they're just coming out bang, 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 like one after the other. There's not a whole lot of value actually coming out of it. I mean, yes, financially, but in terms of actual quality of content, it's nothing. And you can see that very clearly with like the Marvel stuff, right? It's just all for the means of just putting as much content out there as possible. Similarly, gaming is kind of doing the same thing where it's like, yes, they'll announce it years in advance, but there's such a push by everyone at the top of those companies to just get it out as fast as you can. Let's get the profit out there. That's it. And what you end up with is a bunch of games that launch with just endless amounts of issues, whether it be bugs, glitches, online inconsistencies or incompatibilities. It's ridiculous. And then on top of that, it seems, especially in, I'd say the last like 5-ish years, especially, it's been more noticeable. There's incredible bias in there now. And this whole ridiculous woke culture has bled in there as well. Because the beautiful thing about gaming is it was able to tell more of a story compared to what the screen can do. And in that respect, you're able to dive in deeper into things that you normally wouldn't think of in connecting to a story. But now it's just like it's switched a little bit to include all of this nonsense that actually doesn't give you any great fulfillment when you're playing. And it's following that same trend of just like, for modern audiences or diversity. And it's just every time I fucking hear that, I just want to smash my head against the tabletop. Because I know it's going to do exactly what movies are doing, and it's not going to give us any value. It's not going to be innovative. It's not going to be exciting. It's just going to be more of this woke garbage that gets shoved down our throats. And I think it was most obvious in the latest Saints Row game that came out, which colossally tanked. Like, it tanked so much that the parent company had to merge them with another studio under them, and they've got to reevaluate their finances now. And even looking at the reviews, it's just like, nobody wants to... We don't want to have to be exposed to this shit day in and day out. The whole point of entertainment is that we get a break from the real world. And it's bled into in such a way that I can't even. Right?
No, I agree with you. I think no, she can't, because I agree with her. We always thought the gaming would be the last genre to be, or that last thing that would be kind of infiltrated with the woke culture, and wow, were we wrong? It's really sad, unfortunately. I think the biggest, well, I wouldn't say it was. I'll ask you this in a second, but for me, I noticed it starting to trickle in little by little, and for me, the biggest pushback was when The Last of Us 2 came out. Well, at least recently.
Yes.
Last of Us 2 changed the complete They changed the story. They had to have the woman protagonist being strong, which is fine. It's not an issue, but it's force fed. And then obviously, was it Abby? Is it Abby, the character Abby? I believe, right? Who was it that was basically it was a man. They literally said it, that she was portrayed as a man, and then of course the main character Joel, they basically take him out halfway through the game. It's a mess. Spoiler alert. And then the fans were pissed, and then developers came out and said whatever, and the game sold a bunch of money, but that's where I really first noticed a massive pushback on it. Now it's just gotten worse, much worse.
Right. And the interesting thing too about The Last of Us 2 was that this is where the bias really comes in as well, right? Because literally every major game news reporting site or whatever pushed that game like no tomorrow and gave it stellar reviews. And then the fans come and you're like, what the fuck is this? And I remember PewDiePie actually streamed it at the time it came out, and I remember he got a lot of flack for this because I remember I like seeing all over the internet, oh, like he's a Chad, he's a what's it, a right wing misogynist and shit like this. And it was because that scene where Joel dies, he was just like, what the fuck is this? I don't want to
Yeah.
play this anymore, right? It's like that seemed to be a lot of the fan reaction as well, despite what everyone was saying. And then to top it off, I don't want to go too far into this because I have a rant ready on Sunday for this.
Please do. Go ahead.
But so 2018's Game Awards, right?
Mhm.
I know we shouldn't take these things seriously anyways, because like every other award show, it's rigged, right? But there were a lot of good contenders for Game of the Year that year. The Last of Us 2 won over, I don't even care if my bias seeps through, over Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's
bad.
It's not, it's just a popularity contest. It's not even
Mhm.
about innovation, because when you just
No.
compare it in terms of innovation, look at the layers of storytelling in Red Dead Redemption 2, how large the world was. Even things like ray tracing, which it was well ahead of its time compared to a lot of games. It still
Oh, yeah.
holds up incredibly well on the next gen 2 without a patch. It had real world dynamics as well. So if you killed a deer, you could come back 2-3 day cycles later and you'd find the carcass in the exact same spot, you know?
Yeah.
Even things like just if you walk through the mud, your character will be muddy. If you go through water, you'll be clean, you know? So
Yeah.
it's, I'm just like, that was a year where I was just like, this shit means nothing. Like, it doesn't matter anymore, right? Like,
Yeah.
this is literally just a popularity contest.
It's true.
And then they announced this year's, and I'm like, what the? I know it was kind of a slow year for gaming, but with COVID kind of delaying everything. But what the fuck
Right.
is this?
What was even what was even
Like-
nominated this year? What's nominated? I don't even know what's nominated right now. Or have they?
So, yeah, they announced them on Monday earlier this week. So for Game of the Year, we have Horizon Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok, Stray, Elden Ring, and Xenoblade Chronicles. Oh, and Plague Tale Requiem. So
Which
Not
I know
bad.
something you just recently reviewed. Good review, by the way, on that game.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I literally stayed up till like 4 a.m. last week because I just like, I'll just play like one chapter before I go to bed, and then an hour later I'm like, fuck it, I'm already in this. We might as well go with it.
Whiskey Banger and I can relate because you know, I wish I can game more. It's just everything has just
Mhm.
become such
It's
a
adulting,
grind.
right?
But it's adulting. You know, he's got
Mhm.
a kid, 2 kids on the way. I have, whatever. But when we do have time to play, right now our thing is Call of Duty because just it's a pick me up
Mhm.
game. You can just play it for a few matches. But before all this, we used to talk about how, remember, Whiskey, like you just, I'm just going to play this game for an hour or so, and then you go like on a 12-hour run. Well, so I can't Requiem. I haven't played Requiem yet. I'm dying to play it because I love the first game. Was such a surprise
yeah.
for me because I remember when it came out on the PlayStation Plus extra, whatever it was at the time, for free. I was like, oh, I've heard about this game. Let me download it. What the hell? I'll play it. I was hooked immediately. I was like, the storytelling was amazing. The game looked incredible, and they just did the PS5 upgrade at that time. So I was like, oh God,
Mhm.
yeah. So I was like, I got to play the sequel. And I think the trailer for the sequel just dropped at that point when they launched the game on the PlayStation service. So I was like, oh my God, I can't
Mhm.
wait. I have not played Ragnarok. I have played Horizon. I liked Horizon. I don't know if it's Game of the Year worthy. I like the first one. I like this one. Something about that game, though, and I don't know. Maybe you can explain it to me. Something's missing for me with that game, and I don't know what it is. It's the world looks beautiful, gameplay solid. I just don't know what it is for me that I just can't fall in love with it. And is there something wrong with me? Because a
I don't
lot
think
of people
Yes.
love that game.
It's
I just
you know
don't
what
know.
it is. It's a popularity contest. I've just come
Yeah.
to learn that like if it's a Sony title, everyone's just gonna dick ride Sony, just because they
true.
have such a good track record, right?
That
They've
is
been
true.
making fantastic games for 20 plus years, right? So it's just
Right.
almost like assumed that whatever they put out will be a banger. I don't have a Sony console, and I haven't played either Forbidden games, so I can't really say if it's any good. What I seem to understand from the fan response though is visually it's a great upgrade from the first
Look-
one.
Oh yeah.
But much like the newest God of War, in terms of storytelling, it feels like much of the same. There's no
It's
real
lacking.
change or innovation, right?
Right.
So you just end up
Right.
kind of with a beautiful game, but meh for everything else.
It is very mad, and I think that's what it is. The world, you're right. It does look amazing, especially when they patched a lot of stuff, which again, that was a problem early on where they were having issues graphically, and they patched it. And I haven't gone back to it. People are like, oh, you should go back to it. I'm like, I don't want to though. Like I beat the story, I played the side quests. I just don't care. And you're right, the story wasn't gripping enough for me to go, oh, I got to go back into this world. Once I was done with it, I was done with it. And for me, if a game is just average, I don't care how. I mean, Whiskey Banger and I talk about this all the time. Like the games look beautiful today, but if the gameplay is mediocre, I'm pretty much a one and done. You know,
Yep.
like you look back at the old school games. We talk about retro games. It's like those games still hold up. You know, so I don't know. It's just for me. Yeah, the industry has changed a lot, and you're right. This woke culture now is really seeping into it, and it's unfortunate.
It's frustrating, right? It's like at least with gaming, there was like an escape from it, but now you can't even fucking escape it in a video game. And
No.
it's like
It's
you
all
get
right.
all these
We all know
like
we got an upcoming game that Vex has told us about not once but twice. Ask her about Gears of War Ragnarok.
Oh.
this is an inside joke. So there was like it was like a couple months ago. It was just we had a God of War story and a Gears of War story, and I was really tired, and I kept saying Gears of War Ragnarok, which is not two very separate franchises which don't exist in any sort of realm, maybe in an alternate timeline.
To be
But
fair,
then we
that
started
game
thinking-
sounds like it would be dope as hell.
That's
I'd
what,
play it.
right? If it ever did come true, think about it. Like I don't know if you're familiar with the Gears of War franchise at all, but
Somewhat.
it's a bunch of dudes fighting aliens on a war-torn planet, and it's just action. That's all it is. And then pair that with Kratos from God of War and some great Norse mythology, it could work. It could work. But now
I would
this is
play
an
that
ongoing joke, right? It's an ongoing.
I heard.
joke now.
I listened to I
So-
heard you talk about this on the podcast last week. I was laughing my ass off because it was so damn funny. I'm gonna. Yeah,
This
this is a comment for Whiskey Back because Sly Cooper movie with Ryan Reynolds instead of Mario, huh? Abomination AJ's been talking about this, how he should have done this movie instead of the Mario movie, which we'll get into. But yeah. So, Whiskey Banger. Since we're in the
Yes.
gaming realm, I know it's been a while since we've talked about games you've actually played. So, what about you? Like, looking back at all the games you've played till now, isn't it? Are you like me, where you have to kind of like screen your games through people like?
Oh,
Vex and
yeah.
them and see it? Like, you have to actually go out of your way to go. Is this game woke? Is it going to be worth it? Like, so I know you're playing Call of Duty with me right now. Even
Yep.
that franchise now is gone a little. Like, even what was the thing about Warzone you told me about today that just came out? They had a character in there that was
Yeah.
front
So
and center.
Warzone just came out, and the
Warzone
main
2, I think,
character
yeah.
for Warzone is a black female who has, I don't know what the term is, but some kind of skin disorder where she looks very white in the face.
Alopecia.
And
like a cow print almost on a person, right?
yeah,
Right. I
and
don't know what the name of it is.
It's
but yeah.
like
Villalago or something like
That's
that?
it.
I don't know what it is, but it's so like why I don't really understand it. It feels very forced. Like, oh, look at us, we have this, black woman. She's strong. She's got her, M4 ready to go, locked and loaded. She was kind of buff, like muscles everywhere. And then, oh wait, I also have this disorder. Whatever. I don't understand like the need for it. It's
called natural camo, my friend.
that's a valid point.
I don't think I'm supposed
They go
to
strike
laugh
one.
at that, but I like
Strike
that.
one.
There it is. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
To answer your question, Cannoli, there's a lot of reasons why I don't just go out and buy a game anymore. I mean, video games have been ruined for me ever since I played Witcher 3. Like that game has ruined games for me. And now I'm to the point where I have to know, like, is it worth putting my time into? Like we talked about this the other day with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Great game. I enjoyed it. If I would have played that back in like 2014 or something, it probably would have been an excellent game. But because I played Witcher 3 for 400 something hours, I decided, you know what? This game it's not that great. So, but then as games have come on, and like lately, like you kind of touched on a little bit ago about, I have a kid now and a second one on the way. So it's harder to find time to play video games. But even with like Call of Duty, something as simple as just, back in the day, you get on Black Ops or like Modern Warfare and just go ham, talk shit, throw grenades. It was great.
Can't talk shit anymore.
Now you
bunch
get
of
reported.
bitches.
You like right now in Modern Warfare 2, if someone freaking kills you, you can press, I think it's circle on PlayStation anyway, and it'll prompt you as they're showing the kill screen. It'll prompt you with this list of like report player for cheating, report player for abusive language. I'm like, what is all this nonsense? And games have just become laughable. They come out a quarter of the way done, half done. Oh, hey, we're going to update it here. Like you and I both we're having all kinds of problems with Modern Warfare 2. Games glitchy, crashing, getting kicked out of lobbies. It's
I saw
frustrating.
today that people are just having problems getting into like parties of 3 to get into multiplayer matches.
It's
now
literally
on Modern
crashing
Warfare
on
2.
PC too. It's not just console, it's PC. It's the game definitely was rushed. The development was rushed. Activision, which they're terrible. I mean, they just really, their whole reputation's gone in the shitter. And, but the game, as soon as we got it, I mean, immediately updated it. Patch 1 came out. It was still bad. And then they just had a recent update, I think Tuesday. Warzone 2 came out, 1 million crashes and bugs. It's like, I know that's going to happen, but that's how the industry is now, right? Just get the games. I mean, the biggest catastrophe was the Grand Theft Auto remasters of the,
that's still a mess now. It's still a mess now.
Yeah, and then I remember when that first was announced, I was like, holy shit, they're going to remaster these classic games. I was like, oh, this is going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up getting it on sale down the road, and I don't know. It's just, it's even though they did a couple of big patches, it's still, the gameplay is still sloppy. There's a ton of glitches, and the original glitches in the game were fun when they first came out. Like originally came out, it was part of the fun of the game, the lore of the game. These are just bad gameplay glitches, patches. And then I don't even know. They said they're going to still talking about patching it, but how long has that been out now for? It's like, what do you but yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Max. You were going to say something.
Oh, no, I'm just saying it's been about a year, so I don't know if the patch is really coming because so for that remaster, Rockstar didn't even remaster it. They gave it to a third-party developer, right?
Mobile game something?
Yeah, and that developer had never actually remastered a full game because, like you said, they're mobile games, right?
That's good.
So this was kind of right. It just nothing could go wrong here, right?
No big deal.
So that was the big reason why, and that's why a lot of people had issues, and now they're talking about remastering more of the GTAs, and they had like 6 or 7 other games on the remaster roster before they decided to just put all hands on deck for GTA 6, right? So I don't think a patch is. I don't think that game's ever going to be fully functional. I'm going to be honest because Rockstar's shown that they're just greedy fuckers now, and the fan base does not matter at all.
Rockstar.
Yeah,
I have gone on record on numerous rants on Rockstar.
We hate and love. I hate Rockstar for what they've become, but I love Rockstar for Red Dead Redemption. So
I know
it's like a toxic ex. Like
it's weird, right? Because they have these games that are just phenomenal games, and then Red Dead 2, and then you're right though. I think they got to a point where they got greedy. They knew that they could make money off this remaster. They charged $60 for 3 games. And they got their money. They got their money early on because of the pre-orders. And again, this is the problem too: is the fans just kind of still. I'm hoping at some point where I don't know. Maybe you've noticed this, where people are wising up finally. I don't necessarily think so because I think people just
it's not going to happen. This is a
it's not going to happen.
Industry.
100%.
Look at Call of Duty. Call of Duty's been going downhill for years. It's not just Call of Duty, but all sports games have been doing the same thing over and over again.
Oh God!
But they're never
yeah.
going to learn because all the pre-orders come in and the same people buy the game every single time, and they keep catering to the lowest denominator every single time. And just, I mean, you look at it. Madden, EA and Madden has been caught numerous times, and it's not just EA. Take-Two does this. Every company does it. But I still remember how often that Madden used to get caught. If you look in the bleachers, if it was Madden 20, for example, you'd go look in the bleachers, and it would say, like, Madden 16.
Yeah.
So they're reusing assets. They're not trying to make you any better games because they know you're just going to spend your money.
Well, there's no
you like it or
competition.
not.
Now I know what there's supposed to be. Well, I know that there used to be the what was the other football game that used to be out? Whiskey. What was the name of the football game that was out with Madden at the time? It was it a 2K game? Right.
It was 2K.
Yeah, and that was a good game. Like, and it had great presentation.
It's
and then of course they lost the light
competition.
Yeah, and then now there is no Madden knows that. Yeah, like you said, and then even it's the same with Sony with their MLB The Show franchise, where the base core of the game is amazing. The details are amazing, but it's literally they're just the last 3 years is running out the same crap and doing small upgrades, little upgrades. How they got that game onto the Nintendo Switch is beyond me. I don't know how any games get onto that platform like that are new, and that platform just kills it. But yeah, the industry's changed. So let's go there though. So so I know Vex, you are you PC and Xbox, or are you just Xbox?
Vex doesn't want to answer.
I have a Series X, and then right, I have a Series X. I have a gaming laptop now. My husband gave me a gaming laptop.
Oh.
I know. Well, to be fair, it was one he didn't use. He was like, I don't use this, just take it. I'm just like, awesome. So I just use it for I use it to edit like do all the podcast stuff, and I use it to play Zoo Tycoon 2001. But I have a Steam account.
Why am I getting shades of the South Park episode, the World of Warcraft South Park episode? Butters, if you're not playing World of Warcraft, what are you doing? I'm playing Hello Kitty Island Adventures.
Listen, you can rag on Zoo Tycoon all you want, but it is, in my opinion, the greatest sim that will ever exist. Okay. But
oh my God, that is hilarious.
I have a Steam account now, but it's just like I'm not willing to drop money like on the drop, like on the hat just for games that just come out. Not only that, but like sorry.
Humble Bundle. Keep an eye on it. Go to humblebundle.com. You know how I have Knights of the Round Republic, Knights of Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
I got that for like $5 with like 10 other games.
Wow.
That's okay. Cheap. All right. Humble Bundle. Okay.
That's no longer the bundle, but I'm saying there's always something on Humble
options,
Bundle.
Right?
I feel like that's just how you get a felony for some pedophile stuff. I'm just saying.
I was gonna say, like, Humble Bundle sounds like a baby making scheme.
I'm like, before he explained what it was, I was like, I'm concerned that I'm not going to get all the strikes tonight.
No, so basically what Humble Bundle does is they give you discounts on games, and like you choose. All right, so you have to do a minimum amount for certain tiers of how many games you get, but you can also choose how much you want to pay as well. But almost all of the proceeds go to charities. So not only are you getting a discounted game, but you're also giving to charity at the same time. So it's kind of a no-brainer.
Do I get that tax write-off paperwork? I mean, I feel like I should.
Abomination Agent wants to know for Vex, what do you think about Planet Zoo?
I've actually never heard of Planet Zoo. I'm sorry, Abomination.
Oh my God,
Agent.
Abomination Agent. I'm sorry. His heart's broken. His little werewolf heart is broken now.
Sorry. I'll check it out though. Now that you've told me about it, I see it is available on Steam.
Okay.
Let me check it out, and I'll get back to you on that because I'm always down for a zoo simulator. I don't know what it is, man. They hit right.
Hey, They're fun.
It sounds like she needs to watch Beastars.
Sorry, what?
Yeah,
Beast
yeah,
what?
yeah. Beastars. It's on Netflix.
I thought he was
Oh.
going to say Pornhub. I swear to God, I thought he was going to say
I mean, if it is, nobody here is judging.
I mean, to be fair, there is some elements.
Ah, okay. So Abomination AJ says it's the spiritual successor to Zoo Tycoon.
Okay, then I will 100% check it out because I don't know. I've tried the newer Zoo Tycoon and it's just nowhere near the same. The energy is not there. But if this is like a nice spiritual successor to that OG one, I will definitely check it out.
There you go. So you learned
What
something
have
new.
we?
That's why I love
What
the
if
chat.
we devolved into we're talking about Zoo Tycoon?
Because Zoo Tycoon is the GOAT. That's all. That's all you need to know. That's how we got there.
See, all these people are talking about Simulator. Abomination AJ's playing Jurassic World Eva, which I know about that one. It's a popular one.
Yes, I tried that one and I actually really enjoyed it. I only played it for like a few hours and something else came out and I never went back into it. So I need to reinstall it. But I did enjoy that one and I know that there was a second.
Yeah. See, you got to get on the simulators, Meatball. That's all.
Well, you know what I got onto? Puberty, and then I found females, and then I stopped playing with that stuff.
I mean,
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
I mean, you know,
That might have been
such
harsh.
is life.
That might have been a little bit harsh. That was a little harsh.
So-
I just stayed a nerd throughout puberty. So like most of high school for me was spent either smoking pot or playing Warcraft.
sounds about right.
I never really grew out of it.
Yeah, but now she's got an awesome podcast and making a whole thing out of it. The nerd culture is taking over everything. Don't you understand, Meatball?
I don't.
Dude,
This
Culture
is how you
war.
get ladies now. You be a nerd apparently.
You actually
And
have to be a
talk
nerd to get
shit,
laid.
You know, you're all about
What?
freaking
Why?
MLB
Tell
the
'em,
show like 2013.
Bro, I play the classics.
So what I'm saying is you can't sit there and talk shit about us being nerds and playing video games because once you hit puberty, I mean, you didn't
No,
hit
okay.
puberty this way.
I
I mean,
look on camera. I
The
look
dude
tall as
uses-
shit.
the dude uses the yellow pages to sit on his freaking couch to play MLB the show.
I may or may not be sitting on a booster seat. I'm not going to confirm or deny that.
All I'm trying to say is the dude freaking plays video games. He's a liar.
It's okay.
Uh,
All right,
when he-
noted,
I don't know
he
what
noted.
does. He does.
Look, I
Uh,
stopped playing video games when I started playing Call of Duty for those two, and then I
Oh,
would just
God.
sit there getting murked for hours on end.
It was hilarious. Well, listen, I'm not good at it either. It's just fun. I mean, well, yeah.
I literally
It's
got
fun,
trapped in a corner, couldn't figure out how to get out.
That sounds like a you problem.
And like
Yes.
at one point, I was like, "Will someone just come kill me so I can respawn somewhere?" God damn it!
Look, Abomination AJ here says it perfectly. He's like, I like nice things just to relax and watch the world I build. Listen, we're just
There you go. It's calming. There's something like it's something spiritual about simulators. I literally
I get
played a
it.
game earlier this year where all I did was drive around and deliver mail, and it was the most calming
the
shit I've encountered in
Oh,
the
God.
last 3 years.
God,
Is
Max,
this the
now we got a new
ASMR of
slogan for you.
freaking video games world? What's happening right now?
Wait. So you were delivering mail in a video game?
Yes.
They pay you to do that in life.
God, rain, sleep, or hail, Bucks will deliver what you mail.
Listen, it's actually I'm making like a roundup of all the games I played this year, and it's on there. But I'm basically a middle-aged woman who decided to leave her job in IT to go back to her hometown, and I have the option of either,
This is a
following my
really
dream,
bad Hallmark movie.
following my dream, falling in love with the handsome woodsman that lives in town, or getting
Yeah.
together with the lesbian nerd. And then I just decided instead to go off and deliver mail for the rest of my life. Instead.
nothing wrong with that.
And all I did was I just drove around in this cute little mail truck listening to soft rock for just hours on end. It was wonderful.
It's an escape,
loved it.
man.
This
I
is-
get
this
it.
She
is-
says soft rock. We all know she listens to yacht rock.
This is really the ASMR world of video games, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. But I will play anything. That's all.
Listen, I can't
there you
say
go.
anything. I was at church the other day, and my phone started going off, and all you heard was one-winged angel. And when someone said that sounds evil, I'm like, look, it has a name Angel in it. They couldn't say nothing though. I'm like, hey, you want to play this song?
Oh my
I think
god,
that'll be awesome,
that is
though.
hilarious. That would be. Philip, so you're getting called out here by AJ, a meatball.
Look, anytime anybody wants to call me juicy, I'll agree.
Oh my god.
Wow, that got quiet real
There's a
quick.
lot. Wait, there's a lawnmower. There's a lawnmower. I know there's a goat simulator. Or what was it? Like
No.
I know there's farming. I know there's a goat one. And
There is a
lawnmower
lawnmower
one?
simulator.
Oh my
It
god,
dropped
have you
earlier
seen
this
that
year.
one?
It's
Oh.
amazing.
No.
I liked it. It's a
There
Is
was
lot
a
of
that
fun.
guy-
like trying to figure out how to get the lawnmower to start? Or are you
No,
actually
so-
using the lawnmower?
You
'Cause
use
both
the
of them could be
lawnmower, and
simulators.
you're just go through like different. You get different areas or levels to mow, and you have to mow them a certain way. You can adjust the height of the
Wow.
blade and everything. You can unlock different mowers. It's
It's a real job. You can go outside and do it.
But nobody.
I know.
I don't want to deal with all that shit outside.
It's called landscaping.
No, there's another
Yeah,
name for that.
laziness is a factor. That seems like too much effort.
Yeah, it's too hot here to do that shit outside. We go on my computer and just do that. It's over.
there you go. There's a gas station simulator as well. That I think is going too far.
Well,
That's what I'm
consider the
talking
fact
about.
that I was once asshole working at a
Meatball's
gas
just
station,
done.
I'm never playing that.
He's like, I can't do this anymore.
That's just not going to happen.
We need the asteroid. Come take us out at this point. We are now
Gen Z
simulating gas
strikes.
stations.
See, look. Abomination AJ says when shit goes down in Jurassic World, lives are lost because you got T-Rex running around eating people's heads off if you fuck up. That's all. That's all.
But they're looking to. They found the DNA for. I can't remember if it was a woolly rhino or. Oh fuck! What's the thing called? The furry elephant.
Oh
Mammoth?
my god.
Mammoth.
Woolly
Is it
mammoth.
Mammoth. Thank you.
Woolly
They
mammoth.
found the DNA for one of those, and they're trying to bring it back right now.
We have like
Oh.
4 World Jurassic Park movies that tells us what's going to happen.
I know.
Just stop.
And there's all that bacteria they keep finding in Antarctica as well. That they're just like, oh, this is
Yes.
related to the Black Plague. Let's study it more. Like nothing bad could happen from that.
Nah, nothing at all. We don't need it. We don't need. Listen. We already dealt with enough shit in the last 2 years. We don't need another pandemic coming through and fucking wiping out humanity.
Well, election 2024, so they got to make something up before then. So
Exactly. Keep the Dems
That
in
is a good
power,
point.
right?
God, don't even
That's
get me
why.
started
That's
on
why
that.
Biden
Hey.
has extended all of his border restrictions to April now. I can't.
Look,
of course.
fucking-
we
Into
live in
the
a
States.
state that they're still counting votes.
That's
They're
crazy.
still counting votes.
That's absolutely
Yeah,
wild. to
I
me.
actually just heard that she's getting ready. She's getting ready. Like once they're done with the final count, she's getting ready to sue immediately to recount.
Actually,
Carrie Lake
Zach,
is.
do you remember exactly
Yeah.
what I said to you before this whole midterm started?
Bro,
when
you
they
say a
start-
lot of things to me.
Oh, I know I do. No, when they were talking about how it was going to take extra time because of all the mail-in ballots, do you remember what I said to you?
No, I don't.
I'm like,
Set
yeah,
up.
it's going to take extra time for something that should be done by the morning because we need to find additional time to learn how to cheat properly because we've already been caught.
There we go. Yeah. Because we've been crying. Kind of, the election was lost since 2020, right? So perfect the
Yeah.
method, but they could just do what Canada did. Just get a really, really sketchy machine to do all your counting for you.
We
And
have it.
get
It's
your
called
prime
Dominion.
minister
We have that.
to wear really stupid socks and just
Yeah.
parade everywhere. And
Does-
their election.
Does Biden wear
won.
socks? Is he
Sorry?
allowed to wear socks?
Do you know how to put them on?
There
Do you
we
know?
go.
Do you want to know a really cool fact I found out today? Do you know
What?
Biden
Hmm.
doesn't wear shoes with laces?
Because he's gonna hang himself with
Because he'd
them.
be tripping all day.
Look, they didn't. They didn't say why, but a former Secret Service agent said that is one of the very first things that they instituted when he got a presidency. That no shoes with laces.
Listen, all I want to see is in 2024, I want Biden to choose his running mate as John Fetterman. I feel like that team
Oh
is
God,
a
please let
no-brainer.
it happen.
I
please
feel like
let it
that team
happen.
is a no-brainer.
Can we? I would
see
like.
what you did there.
I'm willing to just let both of them go to a debate and debate each other. That's the entertainment.
With or
we
without cue cards? That's what I want to know. With or without the cue cards?
You could have cue cards, but the thing is, we get to have the switch to turn them off and on randomly, and just see what happens.
Could you
I figure
imagine? Nobody would know what they're saying. How are you going to understand what they're saying?
I support fracking. Fracking.
That's all you're going to hear. Ice cream. Where's the ice cream?
Bro, I saw a post,
Fracking, and that's why I like chocolate chip ice cream.
I saw a post the other day where someone was like, "You guys
One
make fun of him, but he beat your, TV show host for the candidacy team." I'm like, "Bitch, you voted for a guy that's legally retarded. You voted for a retarded guy."
That tells you a lot. That tells
just shows you how bad Oz was as a kid. People hated that guy.
I didn't understand why Oz ran. Like, I knew Oz is such a fucking tool. Oh my goodness. Just
He's a big time rhino.
Even watching his show just years ago, like the dude was
Yeah.
just in it for the money. He's not really out.
He's not really if you're gonna a conservative or Republican. The guy was for like the transitioning kids and anti-gun this and that, and he just switched. And what really lost it for him, I think I talked to Whiskey Banger about this, made him laugh his ass off, is the the Sunday before the Tuesday votes. This idiot gets up and on a press conference is like, "Yeah, make sure you go out and vote before the Steelers game." And the Steelers had a bye week that week. They weren't even playing.
God,
The people of Pittsburgh and in Pennsylvania were like, "This guy he's not even from here. He has no idea what's going on in our own state." So that shows you how bad that is when they, elect Uncle Fester.
Do you know what they did though? They actually counted their votes already.
We gotta be like
That's
Florida. Florida did it like by 9 p.m. that day.
Because DeSantis came in and he made sure
ass.
that there was no election fraud, which I don't think DeSantis is a conservative. I'm going to be honest. I see him more as a libertarian candidate more than
He
anything.
100% is a libertarian.
Yeah.
He's already said it.
Right.
Has he really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that actually. Okay,
Mhm.
I was picking it up in just his policies. In all honesty,
Yeah.
and I love DeSantis. I don't give a fuck who knows. I love Ronnie D. He's awesome.
Bet you would like Ronnie D.
Ronnie's got that big D right now.
Of course, I'm sure I'm part of the
You
big help.
would
of the
drive his
Democratic-
lawnmower around all day.
Wow.
There's a reason why I married a Florida man.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a simulator we'd all enjoy.
Ron DeSantis just wrecking liberals. That I'll subscribe to that simulator, please.
110%.
You know what I find absolutely funny about these midterms is it's a complete continuation of the 2020 presidential election. If you remember, everyone was getting silenced for bringing up Hunter Biden's laptop, and then they later said that they were silencing some people because they thought it would influence the election, which of course it did. But because they were silencing it, most people weren't getting it. Well, here's the funny thing. Q 2022's midterms, all of a sudden it comes out that these billions of dollars we're giving Ukraine is being funneled into FTX, which is then funneling back to the Democratic Party for the midterms.
I mean,
I've
said from the beginning, I told them for a long time, like, I don't know what you guys are expecting. This shit's been bought and paid for years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who didn't vote for that reason. They just like, my vote's not going to matter. It's just sad when you get to what was it? Only 45 million people voted too. Like it's one of the lowest
That's
turnouts
insane.
they've had.
Dude, I went out of my way to vote, even though I knew that it ain't gonna matter because I live in the Northeast. It's fucking stone cold blue out here. No matter what I do, but the thing is I'm still gonna go out there. You know?
Yeah, Arizona's weird. Like.
Arizona's not blue.
We have a Republican legislator, but yet vote a senator into Democrat. It's really weird how the balance is.
Did you see someone pointed out that they flipped the governor, right? Hobbs is going to be the governor, right? So they flipped the governor and they maintained a senator blue, right? Mm-hmm. But the state legislature flipped 9 seats.
9 seats. They were all Republican.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and it made no sense.
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
So the only good thing there is that Hobbs won't be able to get much through. It's just like the president. Like Biden's going to try to pass stuff. The House is going to stop him. Same thing with Hobbs here. She's going to try to do this shit, and the House is going to say nope. And then
if he shows up to work, if she ever shows up to work, maybe.
Well, she's still counting votes, so she'll be doing that until
Well,
the
here's
next
the thing:
year.
it's not about who votes; it's who counts the votes. That
Yeah,
matter.
it is.
And talk about a conflict of interest, right? I know this happens in
Mhm.
other elections. How do you have the Secretary of State running for governor who's in charge of the election counting?
Who did
makes-
no
By the way-
campaigning? Did no campaigning?
no campaigning because she
Has
knew.
no social media presence. You look at all her
Yeah.
social medias; she has like less than 20,000 followers, going up against a powerhouse from the Republican Party and stuff that's got hundreds of thousands of followers on all platforms.
Did you know Carrie Lake spent more money on advertising on Twitter and Instagram than Katie Hobbs spent on her entire campaign?
That's
Of course.
crazy.
Makes
That's
sense.
crazy.
You know, like, and the thing is she was asked to step down from that role because it's a conflict of interest, to which she said no, and we all know the reason she said no.
Yeah, there's pictures and videos of her standing in the room as they were counting them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, that's a direct violation of that, but whatever,
Are
rules
we
for
really
thee,
that
not for
shocked
me.
though? After all the ballot harvesting they did in the last election.
Nothing surprises me.
Here's the
Nothing.
thing: you
It's
can't. Here's the thing: in order for it to get even, unfortunately, the Republicans would have to do the same thing in ballot harvest, just like they do. Which, I don't want to stoop to their level. I don't consider myself Republican or Democrat. I like
I
to
have
vote
no
for who has
problem
the
going
better
down there.
policies. No, I'm saying I don't identify as either. What I'm saying is I like to go for the party of truth. Currently, right now, that's the Republican Party, and if you're going to ballot harvest like that, you're going to have to ballot harvest in return. There's no other way.
We can we can
Yeah.
we can name my 300 blackout the truth with whatever you need to make it okay with you. I'm all right with it.
Oh my God.
I just want to point out there was one state that took election security seriously, and it was Florida, right?
Mhm.
And the difference between 2020 and 2022 was that DeSantis went from winning by 4% to 20.2%. All right.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know. That is all I need to know.
Massive difference. And
And
he
they
killed
did
it.
during a hurricane too. Florida did
Yeah,
during a hurricane.
He survived the pandemic and he survived natural disasters and he still destroyed it. And then of course the media is going to come after him, all this stuff. I don't know what's going to happen in 2024. Who's running with what? I don't know
It's
yet.
Trump. You can't run against Trump because no matter who's running against Trump in the Republican Party is going to get shredded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
So
so.
you have to take a step back. As soon as he announced, DeSantis had to step back.
Yeah.
I don't think DeSantis needs to run anyways this year because let's look at it realistically. On top of Florida gaining an insane amount of people just in the last 2 years, right? There's also, let's face it, there's going to be a depression coming up, and it's going to happen in the next 4 years. And
Yeah,
whoever
it's
is
gonna be bad.
president during that time is going to get completely smashed, essentially. So I'd rather, regardless of which way it flips, it's not his time. 2028 is his time when all of this
Yeah.
shit passes over. Yeah.
I think you're right. I
Here's
think
the
that's what the
thing.
consensus is, that he could step in and yeah, by then you're right. It's going to be a complete shit show. This country is going to be a complete shit show no matter who's
Yeah.
in there now. Yeah. So 2020, he could be the savior.
Exactly.
But that's the funny thing is, our economy was strong 2 years ago. I'm just saying, our economy was strong 2 years ago. You're going to have someone go into office, so let him win. All right, let Trump try to fix everything and stuff as best as he can. But here's the thing: come 2028, you know what's going to happen? You're going to have 8 years of DeSantis.
Get
Yeah.
ready. And if they play it right, it could be 12 years or 16 years of DeSantis and Abbott or Crenshaw.
I thought presidents can only run for 2 terms or stay in office for 2 terms.
Yeah, but if you position DeSantis with the right VP,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna back to back it and do two 8-term presidents.
Just kind of
Yeah.
rotate him out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. It's super frustrating. It's a weird time we live in. Again, initially I wasn't happy what was going on here.
Did you hear that? They're still counting
but-
votes. Just on that out there.
Yeah, they're going to be counting votes through Christmas. It's unbelievable.
Until the person they want to win wins.
Right.
you
We
go.
gotta keep counting until we get the right numbers.
Yeah. That is very true, and nothing's going to change. They're going to recount. She's going to sue. It's going to go through this whole rigmarole, and nothing's going to happen about it because they're going to Hobbs is going to win. So,
can you imagine if she sues and they're like, "All right, fine, we'll recount." What is she going to recount for 2028? Like, how long is it going to take them to recount it?
Could you imagine?
True.
We
already know if they do that, though. They're going to put Hobbs right in charge of counting it again.
Yeah, you're the governor now. You could do it again and again. Oh my God. Yeah, it's very frustrating. It's a weird place. Arizona has become a very strange place. But yet, again, I guess just hold on to hope that we still have a red legislator, and that's just kind of goes from there. But God, speaking of stupid people, I wanted to segue in.
Oh,
yeah. Well,
sorry.
next, besides you, Meatball.
My bad.
I wanted to segue into this. I don't know. I think I was talking to Whiskey Banger about this, and I know I blasted this out on Twitter about John Leguizamo. Does everybody know the story about this idiot ripping the Mario movie recently? Everybody heard this story?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna share this because this is too good not to. This guy absolutely drives me nuts. So you got this story about the former Luigi actor who's basically saying that Chris Pratt's Mario has gone backwards because they're not casting Latino actors right into this movie, which is kind of funny to say because he was an Hispanic person playing an Italian character, but that was okay then. But it's not now. And
isn't he in some like stupid Santa movie?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Oh,
I honestly don't know. Yeah, you're probably right.
I'm gonna find this.
No. He basically was saying how having two white actors voice the characters of Mario and Luigi is somehow going backwards. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm reading the stupidity, shaking my head. Then he goes on to say, I'm the OG. A lot of people love the original. I don't know who. I mean, I remember the original Mario Brothers movie. I wouldn't say it was a masterpiece of movie making.
It bombed. It was like
terrible.
critically terrible.
I watched it.
I mean,
you probably liked it too.
You probably liked it too.
Too Fast, Too Furious was better.
When I was young, Tokyo Drift was better. So he goes on to talk about how, like, you know, when he asked about his thoughts of it, he did the Comic-Con in New York and Baltimore, and everyone was like, "Oh no, we love the old one, the original. They're not feeling the new one." Who the hell is he talking to? The movie hasn't even come out yet. We've got one trailer off of it and know nothing about this movie. She just goes on and on saying how it just sucks that there's no Latino representation. I'm just sitting there going, oh my God, John. So this to me just cries jealousy that people don't like the original, and there's a new one out that people probably will like. So Whiskey Banger, let's start with you here. You read something like this, and to me, is it me, or is it just scream somebody who's just upset that he wasn't involved in this movie and that he's pretty much going to be forgotten because his original movie was so bad?
It just screams he's jealous.
Existed.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in John Wick. Like, he's a decent actor. He's been in some
5
stuff
seconds.
that I like. Yeah, like he was in what's that?
Yeah, you can't think of
Spawn.
anything, can you?
You know, he played the violin.
Trash.
Oh, he played the clown, yeah, in Spawn, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he's been in
trash.
stuff that I like, but it like, oh, there's not enough Latino rep. Why? It's an Italian plumber and his brother. You know, what is?
Yeah.
Why do we need a Colombian? Like, first off, you've already misrepresented the character anyway in your previous movie.
Yeah.
So you're a Colombian guy and you're supposed to be an Italian. So why aren't people up in arms about that? But then you
Bob
wanna get on
Hoskins'
your-
Mario was British.
Look, he's just mad because there's no Latino whatever in the movies. They can't pass E-Verify. What the fuck do you want us to do? Jesus Christ.
Christ.
I'm
Yeah, this
just
is
wondering, like, if he wants Latino representation, go south. There's tons of Latino representation there. Why are you asking for an Italian man to be played by a Latino man? Just go make a Latino Mario Brothers then. I'm sure one exists. You know? The thing that pisses me off about this whole thing is when the trailer dropped, everyone was complaining about Chris Pratt voicing it, right? He says like 10 words in that entire trailer, and everyone's making an assumption. Two things. I'm not in defense of Chris Pratt, just to make this clear, right? I don't think he sounded particularly good, but if I'm a studio that wants to push out a product to make a lot of money, I'm gonna fucking put Chris Pratt in there somewhere because he
Especially right
sells.
now. Yeah.
Exactly. Everybody loves.
Uh-oh. We've lost her. She'll be back in a moment.
Must
Yeah,
be
she
nice.
was saying her. She was saying
She's got that. She's got that dollar store internet, but we love her regardless.
she's got that Canadian internet.
God damn.
Dollar
She's like, I
store.
told you she's
welcome.
back.
She's back. She's back.
Yes,
Look
sorry.
at her.
back.
She's mad because I called
Poor
her the
internet.
dollar store internet.
God damn it, Trudeau.
Oh God, I live literally in the middle of nowhere, and we're getting a pretty bad storm over the weekend.
Oh,
so
God, that's right.
it is what
Hey.
it is, right?
What can you do about it?
A booty.
Nothing, nothing to do about it. That's the way it is, eh?
Eh?
But yeah, it
yeah,
just
so you
it
were
doesn't. This doesn't make any sense at all. Why people are getting up in arms about an animated character? It's the same issue I have with all these stupid Disney movies where they're choosing to, make a black Ariel and all this stuff.
Oh,
If
God.
you feel the need to find representation based on the skin color of a person, surprise, you're racist. Okay?
Thank you.
You should be idolizing someone, ideally, or who they are, what they do, and their beliefs. Even if you're on this anti-racist wagon, it's still racist.
This
I
is why
hate
I
to
love
break it.
Garfield. All about naps and lasagna.
You love Garfield? Oh, my God.
Garfield's my spirit animal. Naps and lasagna, I could live off of that. If you say, Tim, you could do this, I would do it.
He's my spirit animal. I love lasagna and I love to sleep. I don't do any of those
Exactly.
anymore.
You don't do
Yeah, no, I would-
lasagna? What are you doing with lasagna?
I don't eat lasagna much anymore.
You can't eat it, bro.
It's keto stuff. I mean, we could just keto friendly lasagna. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not
My
the
wife does a
same.
great job. My wife does a great job. She makes everything taste amazing, even the keto stuff. But it's not the same. So, just saying.
Oh, you're gonna have to refresh my memory. What exactly is keto?
It's for bitches.
Low carb, high
My dad has been on it multiple times.
Moron. It's basically where Meatball explain. You're much better at explaining it than I am. As far as
so-
with the keto job.
It's counting macros, and so what you want to do is you break it down into 4, right? So fat, protein, and carbs. Essentially, you want a quarter of your macros to be carbs, half of them to be fat, and then a quarter again being proteins. What it does is it uses stored fat as energy instead of carbs.
So basically, you're burning your fat. So I lost 145 pounds on keto in the year, and Whiskey
I
Banger.
won't
his
believe
was
you until I see the before and after pants photo.
Oh, there's plenty of before and after photos.
I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
the first time I saw him sent it, I almost fought him. I was like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Who are you? There's a before photo I found actually on one of the social media sites that was that brings up the memories of me in my old office, and I look like I could be floated around on Thanksgiving. Like,
You look
it was
like-
bad.
You look like Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, dude.
Yeah, I look very bloated and just like it was bad.
He had a blue polo shirt that we used to call the tarp.
Yeah, I used to wear. Oh no, it was hilarious. I used to wear like an orange shirt, and I was called the Great Pumpkin. It was a great time. Great.
I just want to point this out. At the time frame when we were all working together, I did keto, and Whiskey Banger was all like, "This is trash. This is done. I don't like it. All my gains are going away." And then what is Whiskey Banger doing now? Go ahead and tell the fans.
On keto,
Weight
bro.
have you lost? I'm on keto, bro.
Dude,
How much weight have
The
you
reason
lost?
why,
now?
here's the thing. The reason why keto back then was trash, in my opinion, was because I was all big into powerlifting. And like you can't do powerlifting
True.
with no carbs. It just doesn't work.
No,
But
you need
now
the
I don't
energy,
do that. Like I'm running around chasing my toddler around. That's my gym.
Yeah, there's no time for power gains.
Yeah,
I
like
like
I don't
White
do
Bear's
powerlifting
comment.
anymore.
I like White Bear's comment. Why you know truffle shuffle before you lost?
Truffle
weight?
shuffle. That's coming up. Oh, that's another movie we're going to be reviewing in the future.
Dude,
That's a Whiskey
best movie
Banger. You might
ever.
have to join us for that one.
Absolutely.
Below average.
I know that's your
That
favorite
is the
movie.
best
of all time.
movie. Shut your fucking whore mouth. That is the best movie ever. I will
Like,
fight
are we
you.
talking? Are we talking about like cinematically? Or are we talking about
No,
like guilty
I'm talking-
pleasure movie?
I'm talking like pure nostalgia, my childhood. Like I was a little kid growing up watching that movie, and it's everything. I still watch it multiple times a year.
Does anyone remember the name of the guy with the messed up face that was like, "Hey, you guys"?
Sloth.
Sloth. Okay, I want to see a remake where Sloth is played by Fetterman. Rocky Road.
They announced the sequel the other day, actually.
Yeah, he'll be handing Biden his ice cream cone. Rocky Road. That was. I would pay to see that actually.
I'd pay to see that. I like to pre-order my tickets for that, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that and do that. So, all right, getting back to the gaming stuff. Jesus, we were way off.
Luckily, though, that is in his vocabulary.
I'm pretty sure it does. I'm pretty sure it is, and I'm pretty sure maybe he's practicing for the role now. We don't even know it. Maybe they gave him a
Honestly,
script.
maybe they are already planning a remaster.
I totally would watch that. I'm not even gonna lie. I know I had a question for you, Vex. So as far as the gaming stuff, I know we talk about a lot of newer stuff, but do you like retro game? Like any specific retro gaming? Are you into retro gaming? Whiskey Banger's a big retro gaming guy, right? It's his favorite genre. Do you dabble in the retro?
I just don't have any retro consoles anymore. That's all.
I just bought one.
And I don't like up until recently. I have a MacBook for my everyday stuff, and it's horrible with the emulators. But I grew up with a Super Nintendo. I grew up with a Sega. That's where gaming started for me. So like I'm a fan. Like I enjoy retro gaming. I just don't have the exposure to it these days. That's all.
Must be nice.
Yeah, Whiskey Banger is very lucky. He's got. What do you have? So you have the Nintendo, Super
what
Nintendo.
Doesn't he have?
Do you have a Genesis too?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Sega
Nintendo,
Genesis.
Super
My God.
Nintendo, Genesis, 64, PlayStation 2, 3, 4. The only things that I don't have are, I mean, some of the obscure ones, like the old Atari and stuff like that. I don't have those, but like I don't have a game.
Do you have a Dreamcast?
I don't have a Dreamcast.
I had one.
Meatballs. I got a Dreamcast.
I just got one. I had never had a Dreamcast and had always wanted one, and I finally pulled the trigger and bought one. And like it came in, and I'm like, I can finally play Crazy Taxi.
That game's perfect for you,
Bro. That's the ASMR of back in the back of the day.
Oh yeah, the popular. Yeah, that is hilarious. Yeah, I like. I know people. What is Weird World Comedy saying? He's got a 2600. Jesus. Now you're going way back. Yeah. Gaming is definitely.
I'd love to get my hand on a couple of like Ataris and like ColecoVisions and some of those really old ones.
Yeah, Commodore would be awesome. Yeah, those retro games. Also, I love retro gaming because it brings me back to a time when it was just about the gaming, and not all this other bullshit.
And games were challenging.
They were freaking. Oh God, we were just talking about this. I think I've been watching this. I was watching. I stopped recently, but this Castlevania show on Netflix, this anime show, is very good. Right, but it made me want to play the original game. And goddamn, I remember that game being very like I never finished it because it was impossible. Yeah, even the Zelda games, the Mario game, all those games. You're right; they were challenging, but you could not put them down. Where games today are challenging, but it's just different. I don't know. So, do you have a favorite retro game though, Vex, that you played that you were like, oh man, I really wish I could just get back into this game, and it was my favorite.
Super Mario World 3.
Yes,
great game.
Super Mario World 3. Yep, that would be it. That and the Terminator that came out on the Super Nintendo.
I remember that game.
It was like weird levels where there were like acid and everywhere, and it was just all a black screen. That was a lot of fun too. I liked that game.
Yeah. Whiskey, what's your favorite retro game?
Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Oh my God, I'm over it.
What is wrong? What?
It's my favorite game of all time.
Dude,
I fucking hate Zelda.
That was my favorite game of all time until Witcher 3 came.
Wow. That's crazy, actually.
Yeah, because he's retarded.
Leave him alone. Witcher 3 is ruined. Witcher
Bro,
3 is ruined
Zelda?
all gaming for Whiskey Banger. Whiskey Banger literally is ruined by Witcher 3. Every game that I talk to him about, I swear to God, it's always, is it like Witcher 3? Like, not well, yeah, kind of.
Are you gonna replay The Witcher now that it's getting a next gen update? With
Well, I have to get him a PS5.
oh,
I have to get him a PS5. I have a PS5. So
now's the best time of year to get one, though. But like
I plan on getting
gotta
one.
find it.
the patch is gonna come to the old gen as well. It's just gonna be.
Oh,
later.
is it? Ah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. They
interesting.
don't have a date for it yet. That's all.
Oh, there you go, Whiskey. So you can still play. Yeah, it's gonna be.
I got
What,
you the hookup at Costco. I got you if you want to buy the bundle. I got the
PS5?
hookup at Costco.
What you talking about?
Like my next door neighbor's wife is the distribution manager for Costco for all of Arizona.
Now you tell me it's this?
Now?
What the hell, man? He's been looking for one for like 6 months.
No one even told me.
Well,
Should've
now
known.
we're
you guys
telling
do
you.
a podcast every week, don't
honestly.
you know?
Thank you.
No,
We
it's all
have a
good. If
group
you
text that we talk to each other 24/7. 365.
We do.
I did not know. I
Vex,
did
have a
not
whole
know you were
Twitter-
looking for me.
Vex, if this upsets them, should I tell them what I use my PS5 for?
Oh please! This guy
Okay.
has both
I
a Series S and a PS5, and
I
Yeah.
use it to watch Crunchyroll.
he uses to watch anime.
Watch this Crunchyroll anime because it's Sony owned. Hey, listen. I'm gonna forgive you for that after having you on the show, but it's okay. I'm not over. But listen. I've been trying to get
To
my
be
Modern
fair-
Warfare. Go ahead.
To
Go
be
ahead.
fair,
Finish.
though, the whole reason why is because my smart TV does not have the Crunchyroll app, and it's Vex. This Week in Gaming is not the only podcast segment we have. We also do the weekly anime recap, and I have to watch anime in order to do some research for that podcast
Okay.
as well.
Research.
I mean, sometimes you gotta love what you do, you know.
That is true. You got to get into what you do. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been trying to win Modern Warfare 2 on Twitter for Vex for like the last 3 weeks. Because every time there's
I've noticed.
every time that there's a contest, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get it." I'm like, please get her this
Please
game.
get it so I can stop seeing this shit on my timeline.
She wants to play. Like she's like, "I'll play." So Whiskey, we could have a battle bro. I guess no pun intended. No offense. We could have
I'll tell
another
you what.
battle person.
I'll tell you
to
what.
play with
A
us.
battle buddy?
I
Battle
will
buddy.
tell
What
you
did I
what,
say?
Vex.
What did I
A
say?
battle
You really
bro?
want it this bad?
Listen, I'm tired. It's been a long.
You
day.
watch too much Bang Bros, so you just battle bro.
will fund it for you.
Oh,
get it for
really?
you.
Yeah.
I'll get
You're
it for
gonna-
you. I'll get it for you next week.
Are you
The
serious?
LambentSeaShow.com will
Aw.
consider it a business expense, but I am not fucking.
Yeah, write it off. Well, here's the problem. Like she's in Canada, right? So like, if the game, she told me the games are like almost $100
So what?
for the
My
game.
other host is in Britain. What are you trying to say?
No, that's. I mean, you got the paying that
International
upcharge.
business. Who cares? I just
I
give her
mean,
the money.
Trudeau-
She goes out and buys it.
We'll ship some stuff to Canada. I mean,
I told her, I'll
No,
I'll
I'm
send
just
her a
gonna.
video
I'm just
game.
gonna give her the money and stuff. Like I'll send her the money so that way. She
Yeah,
can
that's
There you
just
go,
really
pay
all you
Venmo.
that sounds like prostitution. I'm not an expert, but that's what that sounds like.
No. Listen. Let's not bring up the fact that I saw you standing on the corner of Main and Hooker, my friend.
Damn,
Look, $20 is $20, and I have to pay for things.
I have a kid.
But
and
what
a
I
mortgage.
don't understand is why you were on the corner of Main and Hooker trying to pay people $20.
Because look, you pay them $20, you give them inside, you get inside, you show the technique,
But
they
you
come
were
back and
you
pay
were the
you.
one trying to service, and you
Right.
Were giving, you were
I was
paying
trying to
people
give it
service.
away for free to get some subscribers.
Trying to Tony Robbins.
Oh,
I
that-
mean-
I'm totally making that a YouTube short. That whole little segment right there is a YouTube short. Editing. That's the first thing I'm editing tomorrow. Is that little clip right there. Hooker
I
talk
live-
on the gaming.
I live an expensive life, and I don't make that much money. I need
Yeah,
to supplement my
looks
income.
I can see your background. Definitely expensive. Got the minimalist appearance behind him.
There goes Abomination.
Say
AJ.
juicy.
Juicy.
That's gonna be on my board that I'm gonna carry and be like $20 for normal, $40 for juicy.
Oh god, you see what I got to deal with every week now. Oh my god,
Wonderful. It's
Yeah,
beautiful. What are you talking about?
Jacob I love it. Jacob Ironside says the I haven't really addressed the chat. I'm so sorry. Super Mario Brothers, the original.
All of you on this. How has nobody said Double Dragoon?
Huh?
Double Dragon?
Yeah, Double Dragon. My bad. But
what's
how
Double
has
Dragon's
nobody,
a good game.
I know, but how has nobody brought that game up?
Because it's
It's
trash.
a great game.
Oh,
Dude.
I like Final
you.
Fight. Final
Wait,
Fight,
I take
buddy.
that back. Knowing you take that off.
I'm sorry. I had it.
Hold
It's a good game.
Hold on.
It's a good game.
Stovepipe whiskey. Meatball, this is for you. Stovepipe says he's going to get $40.
It's
Stovepipe
working.
for you, 35. You get the discount.
He wants to know if you'll take an Anderson lower for his rifle in a trade.
What are you going to do with the other? Where's the other $39 coming from?
Wow. Wow. Hey, be nice. Stovepipe is my boss, by the way, Vex, in case you haven't known. He's my boss. So be nice. Actually, he can take it.
Wait, he's actually your boss?
I'm sure
He's
he
really
can
my
take it. He's taken the fact that he's taken an Anderson lower for like 10 years.
Yeah, we're not going to go there about the trade for favors, he says.
Let him lay that pipe. You know?
Is this bartering?
Listen, I always knew there was something wrong about you, Meatball. This is how you got that promotion, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of things wrong with Meatball. That's why we have him on the show. He's pure
working his way up the corporate ladder.
Exactly.
No. Hold on. Oh my god, that's a whole segment of clips right there. You're making my editing easy tomorrow. You really are. Poor Vex is going to be all over social media with this bullshit. She's going to go, what did I get myself into? Why did I join this show?
As long as there's a follow-up where I'm allowed to film, it's all good. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, she likes to film.
Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. Sasquatch filled out a guest form to be a guest on our podcast.
Did you really?
There's a form?
There is a form on our website, yes.
What the So now I'm going to go to the website and start spamming forms all day.
It's all right. It's all right, because here's the thing.
We'll know it's you.
We all know you're going to give us the Gluck 3000.
Exactly.
Wow. Trade for favors, baby.
At the bottom, it's going to be like any comments and be like, attached, you will find one coupon for buy one, get one free juicy.
Play the Biggie song in the background. Juicy. Oh my god. That was hilarious.
By the way,
that's all, folks. No, I'm just kidding.
I have been taking I have not mentioned it yet, but I have finally been able to start watching some of your videos and podcasts, and I'm liking what I see. I would be interested in, after this stream, talking to you about maybe seeing if I can help you with like a website and everything.
Finally, god damn it!
I actually have a website name. I just haven't actually done anything with the website. I
can help you with that.
Yeah, so
I mean, I'm the guy who makes everything run behind the scenes over here. I'm pretty sure I can guide you in the right direction. But
so
I'm not giving you no kind of juicy.
Just so you know, last time someone tried to guide me anywhere, it was to a confessional, and the priest said, "My safe word is communion." That's
I mean, how many times are we going to talk about you and your priests?
Until he returns my DMs.
I'm pretty sure that he was one of the little boys on the South Park Catholic boat.
Yeah. Meatball liked the kneeling and the praying and the Catholic thing. That was the whole.
That's why my knees were bruised.
Huh.
From the praying.
Why does this communion? I know they said that this bread is my body, but this bread tastes an awful lot like skin.
Wow.
It tastes an awful lot like what Father O'Brien told me was normal.
YouTube, I'm sorry. Listen, if you're listening, I'm really sorry. Don't kick me off the platform.
Look, I'll create a channel just so you can kick that channel off. Keep Cannoli.
I need Elon Musk to do something for content creators, because this channel's gonna be gone soon now. We're talking about priests and elections. It's over. There's nothing left for me here. Oh my god. Speaking of that, real quick, just a segue here, talking about weird things. Did anybody see what Disney did to celebrate the Black Panther at the Disney resorts? Have you seen this? Have you seen Whiskey? Have you seen this?
No.
Wasn't this
God,
the
look at
grape juice and
racism.
fried chicken shit?
Yeah, we're
What?
going to share this. So they thought this was a
What?
good idea for the celebration of Black Panther at Disneyland.
What?
You think I'm kidding
go.
people?
Look, purple
Bro, are
drink
you kidding me?
and chicken.
Where's the watermelon?
We'll click on that. There you go.
Oh my god.
Yo, why does this look
They
like
really did that.
Yo, why does this look like the Gabriel Iglesias? You know the no, not Gabriel Iglesias. I don't remember his name. Fluffy, the comedian Fluffy.
That's
The
Gabriel
racist.
Iglesias.
This is okay. This is that racist gift basket.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's exactly what this is.
I like how it's only in Disney California though. Disney Orlando didn't agree to this
Right.
at all.
No,
course not.
you know, DeSantis
DeSantis
saw
said,
that and
"Hell
was like,
no."
I dare you. I dare you. I dare you to do it.
Who thinks this is a good idea? Like, you
Racist
can't go. There's
people.
no.
No, I'm
Look, if
I
you,
want
if
you
you
to
even
know.
look in the comments, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Look, I work in corporate America. It wasn't like someone came up with an idea and just happened. There are like levels this went through to get approved. What happened? How
California.
did no one see a
all.
problem?
Comments. Like, look at the comment. Even Jane Theory on Twitter, she's like, you know, you have lamb, goat, beef, whatever. I don't even pronounce those. He goes, nah, let's go with purple drink and chicken. It's like, you know, like, what in the hell? This got a lot of pushback, obviously, but of course,
That's funny.
yeah, it's like, I don't know, like you couldn't come up with anything else. Like,
I didn't know that
anything else?
existed. This is the content I subscribe for.
And they're serious. Like they're serious about this. Like they're still. I think they haven't backed down off of it. Like they haven't really. This is unbelievable. But you're like Vex is right. Like you want to talk about being diverse and all this shit. A little inadvertently racist, if you ask me. But hey, what do I know? I don't work for Disney apparently. So thank God. I don't
Well,
like to be
you're a
touched.
white misogynist, so
I am a misogynist.
It's okay.
That's
me
why
too.
I have a woman. Yeah, see, she's a woman. She's a misogynist.
I regularly message Lambency here and tell him I understand why women didn't vote for so long. I regularly tell him this.
wow.
You didn't say this
At least
to
she's
me.
honest. At least she's honest.
I get it. When-
Anyone see the Family Guy clip where they were finally allowed to vote and they're like, all right, ladies, we fought long and hard for this. So remember, vote for this person because he's totes cute. That's
That's how we got Justin Trudeau, though. Like a bunch of girls just thought he was cute, and
Yeah.
he became our
Yeah.
next prime
Handsome.
minister.
He's so adorable. Look at the way women
He's
look
so-
at him, and it's like, wow.
He's so adorbs.
And then
Yeah.
it ended up coming out like right before COVID that he molested one of his students when he worked as a drama teacher.
What the fuck?
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah.
Dude,
Why am I
And
not
they-
surprised?
They tried to bury the story like no tomorrow, and it ended up being a newspaper in Buffalo of all places that broke
Oh
the story.
Jesus!
Yeah.
Orchard Park. It's the
Buffalo's
one. It's the
basically
one
Canada.
No, isn't Orchard Park where Buffalo is like the one conservative area in the entire state?
I
Or
don't know.
is that wrong?
I thought
I
most
have no
of New York
Wait, are
was
we talking
red.
about New York? Buffalo,
Yeah.
New York?
Yeah.
No, actually, if you look at the last election, apart from New York City, everybody voted Republican. But because New York City
Ah.
voted democratically,
Yeah,
the
It's-
Democrats won.
Because
yeah.
I remember even driving through New York State over the summer and in September, it was all.
Did you get
Republican. No, I didn't.
No,
I
New York
didn't.
State
It was
is
in New York
okay.
City.
I drive a
my
pickup truck.
apologies.
No one wants to fuck with a pickup truck.
Yeah, New York State up. Yeah, she's right. It's a lot of very conservative. It's New York City when there's like,
Yeah,
They say
because
there's
they
only
have
eight-
money in the Hamptons.
yeah, well,
Not anymore.
yeah, not anymore. I was gonna say not anymore.
FTX
Everybody's
took that away.
like everybody's talking about purple drink. I'm not saying that it's not good.
Wow, he said
The
chicken is
reasoning.
cheap. Are you implying
just
something
saying-
about credit scores?
yeah.
I like
Jesus,
white.
man.
Wow, I like White Bear's comment.
Wakanda did well.
Yes. Oh my god, dude.
Wow. Okay.
That might be the greatest comment that has ever happened.
Dude,
So, what is this one? Trudeau should
somebody
host a
framed
Disney
that shit. That was
Wakanda
hilarious.
event, oh yeah, he should host it in blackface. We know Trudeau loves blackface. That's so true.
My goodness. This guy is such a clown. Like, it's embarrassing. Just like when I show my passport, oh, you're Canadian. I'm just like, oh, fuck yeah, I am. Yeah.
I know. People are like, oh my
it's
god, how do you do it?
My
It's
goodness.
funny when I found out she was Canadian, and my immediate response was, and I don't know if you remember this, Vex. You finally told me you were Canadian. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I remember that.
Ew, sorry.
Like that was my immediate response. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's well, hopefully not for too much longer though, but you know.
I have long considered myself an honorary American, to be honest. So
Honestly, I'd rather take Vex as an honorary citizen than all the 5 million illegal aliens that are flooding our borders.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
yeah.
100%.
Just for the record,
At least she actually contributes to society.
just so you know, they counted all the illegal immigrants before they counted the ballots over here. So just throwing that out there. If you want to become an honorary American, come to Arizona. We don't have any borders anyways that do anything.
Yeah, just walk right through. Yeah.
But you can walk up to the thing and start voting now. They'll just have to be like, they'll just be like, oh, that Social Security doesn't work. Do you have another one? That one also doesn't work. Do you have another one? There you go. Go ahead and vote.
that's what a lot of Canadians were doing up here during the height of COVID, because you guys had closed the northern border, but Mexico was wide open with no restrictions. So a lot of people are just flying to Mexico and then entering through the southern border to try and flee Canada actually during the height of things, right? So it is. But if you come to Canada as a refugee or an illegal, you can have the government basically pay for everything, and I mean absolutely everything. You don't have to look at it in your life.
How is your medical up there?
It's fucking shitty. It is. Yeah. Oh my!
People
I just want to say it out loud.
With this, Vex and I have talked about this.
It's so bad that I came to America to find a doctor and paid for medical care. That's how bad it is.
And all these socialists will be like, look at Canada's medical center. I'm like, have you ever talked to a Canadian about their medical care or a veteran about their medical care from the VA?
Oh, yeah.
You guys want the government to control this? What's wrong with you?
When people ask how Canada's healthcare is, I tell them this. Is anything really good if you get it completely for free?
Nope.
Well, no.
False.
Of course not.
Buy one, get one cheese dogs at Sonic. Get out of my face. Delicious.
We're not talking about, but you're still paying for the initial food.
Yeah, you're still paying for it.
You're still paying for the initial food. They're just giving you an extra perk to buy the food.
There you go.
It's free. It's buy one, get one free.
But you're buying the first initial thing.
I was going to buy it anyways.
Listen, you put whatever hot dogs you want in your mouth. That's up to you. I'm just saying. That's another short.
I like how Vex breaks out the brand new microphone for you guys.
Yeah, she got the nice phone.
I just bought it today. Thank you very much. Okay.
You're welcome.
Black Friday deals. Okay.
Well, this is 2022, all right? The non-binary color.
I didn't know where he was going with that.
I don't know either, but I knew it was going to be something. But that was good.
He got there so perfectly.
I feel honored that she broke out the microphone for my show. That's an honor. I appreciate that.
Oh, you didn't know that? She cares more about you than she does me.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
She's trying to get citizenship somehow.
Yeah, she's got
to talk to somebody. The perks of having Filipino meatball over here.
I think that's what it is.
$40. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to build up my OnlyFans, but nobody wants to subscribe.
Listen, I didn't even know you had an
OnlyFans. Let me be your social media manager.
Literally, I have an OnlyFans that I troll people with, and literally all I post is high quality Dyson fans.
Oh my god!
And I like do descriptions like this. Yeah, look at the power of the suction on this thing. It will suck so hard, give you the cleanest air you'll ever feel.
Did you hack my Pornhub? Is that how you found that?
How did you know what I watch?
How did you know what I?
We're a very sick group of people, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Where the hell were we? I just lost my train of thought. I heard about vacuums and OnlyFans and sucking. I got distracted for a second. I was thinking about that one time. Never mind.
One time in Mexico,
here, that's all.
Yeah.
where it was either Mexican prison or we learned to be a Hoover. Oh, that wasn't you guys. My bad. Wrong group.
Did any of you two have questions for the lovely Vex Electronica?
I have a lot of questions, but I was told I'm not allowed to talk.
No, you could talk. I think her cat. There she is. So, what questions do you have for this lovely lady?
My question is, what is the best video game franchise of all time?
Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption.
Solid.
That's my own. For every question you have about the best anything,
It's going to be Red Dead Redemption. Yeah.
There you go. I played so much Red Dead Redemption that I sometimes just visualize myself riding a horse instead of driving my truck.
Wow! Horse, she said.
Wow!
That's how much
A horse! You're riding a
Oh,
horse.
If that's what the kids are calling it now.
That's what I was going to
It's
say.
a children's show.
Wow!
It's a show for children,
so
damn it.
much. I've played so much Red Dead.
And we've lost her.
That damn Canadian.
Oh, there
freak.
she's back.
No, she's
Oh my
back.
God, we thought we lost you.
Trudeau internet
Wait,
gets you every
she-
time.
Vex,
Wait,
you're
yourself off
now
mute.
she's muted. Now she's muted. I see the actual microphone muted. Hold on.
Actually,
Oh, it sounds
No,
familiar,
unmuted
Whiskey
it
Banger.
and remuted it.
Still muted.
Still muted.
I swear to God, she unmuted it, then remuted it.
She's still muted.
Still
Yeah.
muted.
You gotta hit the button in the middle, that red button.
And
Spit
this is
on it.
why
It'll
women
make it
don't-
better.
This is why
Wait, what?
women. This is why women shouldn't vote.
Wow.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
Hey.
Someone
Preston
pointed out
she's
to
got
me
to click
prior-
on her window.
Oh, is it on the window of the computer?
Yeah,
gotta
she's got to
Oh,
click
yeah.
on the three little dots.
Oh, because I see, because the same issue you had, right?
Yeah, it was the same thing I
There you
had.
go.
Jesus.
Wait, hold
Okay.
on. Now I can't. There
There she is.
She's
There she
back.
is.
Wow.
She's back.
Don't count her vote, people.
Yeah, don't tell my mom.
Someone said that prior to women voting, there were no nuclear weapons. I'm just throwing that out there.
Now, unfortunately
I
for
heard
her,
it.
that's being clipped out for the whole week, like one of the clips for the week. I'm sorry, but I have to do it now.
I'm fine with that. You're proving my point, okay? I'm not biased if the point proves my point. Or the
I'm
clip
just
proves
saying,
my point.
and that's going to be the name of the clip. Why women should.
Wait. No.
Hello-
Why
hello
women
to all of
shouldn't
our-
vote,
our-
featuring Vex.
Featuring Vex.
Featuring the woman who said
She likes to ride women who likes to ride horses. Ride a horse. And
Oh, you got to do the horses.
No, you just do a whole bunch of clips of all the things she said.
That's what they're calling. That's what the kids are saying these days. It's riding horses. Okay, I got it. Anyway, you were saying about Red Dead. You played it so much that you basically became a cowboy and you wanted to keep going. So
essentially, and I also convinced my husband to name our firstborn daughter after a Red Dead Redemption character, but he doesn't know that.
Is it called a horse?
wait. Oh wait. So I know. So don't get. I know you can't say the name then because he doesn't know. But can you give me a hint?
Oh, he's not gonna fucking listen to this. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Hey, I love the honesty. I love the honesty.
God.
Which
The support she gets from her husband is unreal.
Listen. I know that when it comes to my content and football will come first. So that's how I know. But I told him I want to name our first daughter Lenina, just so I can say
Oh, okay.
Lenny. When I'm trying to get her to calm down.
Wow. Okay, so what do you say to people who like the original game better than Red Dead 2? Because Whiskey Banger is one of those people.
The fuck's
That
wrong
likes
with
the
you?
first one better than the
He
second
likes
one.
the first one better than the second.
I got zero issues with that. For first of all, I think they're on par. I think the only thing the second one does better is its world building more than anything, right? They definitely took it up like 10 notches in the sequel, but to me, they're on par. they're both equally fantastic games.
Yeah. I think they're great. I mean, the only thing I would say is I played obviously the first Red Dead before Witcher 3, like we talked about before.
Oh God, here we go.
When I played it,
look,
it was
it's AD and BC with Witcher 3.
John fucking Marston is a boss, and I loved the game. Then I played Witcher 3, ruined every other game, and then Red Dead 2 came out. Played Red Dead 2. It's a great game. It's beautiful. Like you said, the world is ginormous. One knock that I had on it, though, I don't like to fast travel. Usually what I'll do is I'll just get on a horse and just ride to whatever.
That's what I do.
I bet you would ride a horse.
I ride.
Goddamn horse talk. They're all sick.
Save a cowboy, ride a horse. That's the saying.
What?
It is.
Wait,
one of the things about the
Save
game
a horse, ride a cowboy. The other way around.
I was trying to make a juicy point there, people. Oh my God.
Yeah, God. Wow. Those are nuts. Anyway, you were saying Whiskey Banger.
Yeah, so I mean, it just
she likes to ride horses.
I would be riding my horse,
among other things,
and I just found the world to be so empty compared to Witcher 3, and it really turned me off. There were so many times where like I would just be riding and riding, expecting to see like, you know, some thugs like beating up a woman or something, and I rescue her or something. Never happened. Expecting to come up to some cave full of, you know, some, you know, gold or whatever. Never happened. And it just kind of was like, I mean, I still finished the game. It was great. I loved it, but it didn't resonate with me as much as the first one did. The first one blew my mind.
It's not Geraldo Rivera. That's why. Just admit it.
You know what? I actually can take that as a valid criticism. I'm going to be honest, because even I noticed that too. Like there were instances where I'd come across like areas in the Red Dead 2 world, and it would seem like, shouldn't there be something here? Like it looks like it's set up for something to be here, and then there's nothing there, right? So I actually I agree with you on that point. And then if you go into, like, people have gone into the game files and everything, and there's actually quite a bit that wasn't even included in that game. And I think that's more because of how disastrous the development cycle for it was behind the scenes. Hence why so many people behind that game left after it came out.
What was it, like 8 years in development or something like that?
Well, it was 8. It wasn't the length. It was more of what was going on the business
girth
side of things.
It was the girth.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, there was nothing wrong with the girth in that game.
Holy shit. I love her. She fits right in. This is great.
I just lost my guest spot.
Yeah, White Bear here says Assassin's Creed really set up for that open world. Well, that's actually, you want to talk about a problem I had with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, is that there was the world was massive. I think the story. I don't know. Did you play Valhalla, Vex? I haven't,
but I've watched a lot of the gameplay already. So
I got into Assassin's Creed. I think I told you this with this newest trilogy: Origins, Odyssey, and then Valhalla. And I've kind of starting to backtrack here a little bit, but I loved Origins. I know a lot of people don't like that game. I don't know why. I think it's fantastic. Odyssey really opened up the world a lot. Like it just started deviating from an actual true Assassin's Creed game at that point. But I like the whole Greek mythology. I'm very big into that. The world they set up is great. And then Valhalla, which I love Vikings. I love the whole Viking lore. I love it. So that's why the Northman movie, I love that movie because it just really fits into that. So good.
Movie.
Great movie. It fits into that wheelhouse. Right in my wheelhouse. The game, I know Whiskey Banger played part of the game, and then he had a kid, and his life was over, so he had to stop. but I know that feeling. No, and I know
that's
the feeling.
Exactly what happens.
Yeah, that's what happens. But we were saying, like the game is amazing. Like the world is great, but the story kind of just keeps going and going, and you have to do a lot of side questing to get to the main story again. And I personally put in 100 hours of that game without side quests, and then the side quests were even more. And then I don't think it had a great payoff at the end. So I actually got fatigued by playing the game. Does that make sense? Like I just got so like enough with this game. Like I didn't enjoy it as much as I should have. I hate games like that because I really wanted to enjoy it. There were times like, man, this game is fantastic. And then I'd go into the next mission, and I'd be like, what the hell is the point of this? This is taking too damn long. I don't care about these other characters.
Things your wife
And
has
then the
never said to you.
That is very true. I'm not gonna lie.
Taking too long.
My wife doesn't ride horses either, but maybe she will now. I don't know.
The Italian stallion, my friend.
Red Dead Redemption 2 clips, and she'll definitely ride a horse. Let me tell you.
Oh, go boy! But I remember when I kind of took a little bit of time off of gaming, and then I got back into it when Red Dead 2 came out and Spider-Man came out for PS4, and I was like, I jumped right back in hardcore. And those two games I played at the same time, and then it's like, holy shit, man! You're right though. It does build up
webs and riding horses.
Shooting webs, and riding horses. Apparently,
Interesting.
But it was like that. It was the two perfect games to me to jump right back into it.
Wow, whiskey banger! Wow.
What do you what?
Cut that clip out.
I was shooting ropes out of my hands. Oh wait, what? I'm sorry, that came out wrong. But
did it?
I what? Well, just a few times. It was a little messy.
Why is it I see him do that and it reminds me of my favorite all-time Whose Line Is It Anyway scene where they say things you could say to your dog but not to your girlfriend.
Oh wow.
And Colin just walks up and goes, "Come."
Oh my god. So we got this. Speaking of cowboy, Vex, what's this new game? I don't even know. I forgot it already. That's a new game. I think I showed Whiskey Banger this trailer. It's a
Evil West.
cowboy zombie game.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
The movie failed already. Or is it Cowboy Aliens?
That's Cowboys and Aliens, you idiot.
Zombies. Okay.
This game, there's a lot of good games coming out right now. They have the Callisto Project, and I think there's a new remake of Dead Space coming out soon.
In the new year, yeah.
Yeah,
so like you have Legacy, a whole bunch of games.
Yeah, there's a ton of games. Now, let's see if these games actually are running well when they come out. But I think, isn't Callisto Project like isn't the same development team as Dead Space, or there's some correlation there?
Yeah, Callisto Protocol. So the same guy who is the mastermind behind the Dead Space franchise. This is basically a spiritual successor to that before EA gave him the boot, right? So I've already told Lambency this, and I've even said it on the podcast, this game is gonna make me so fucking wet. I'm so ready.
Wow.
No, all right. So here's the thing. For those,
and you guys said I was the one that was going to get a strike. Jesus.
No. Here's the thing.
No, I love it.
Those of you who are unaware, we have an inside thing. We were ranking games as they come out as we review the trailers, and she started saying that how she knows the game's going to be good if she tinkles a little. So we started rating it in golden shower. How many tinkles to a golden shower? And she gave it a full golden shower. So me, in retaliation, I go by how much of a mess it gives me. So
nice. That's the way I would judge a game. You know what gives me? You know what makes me tinkle?
That just looks like a really weird head.
Looks like a seal fighting for an apple.
Honestly, I thought we were watching a circus.
That was so hot. Oh my god.
Wasn't that amazing?
I got a full mask right now. $40 is all it takes.
That's worth more than $40. That's $140 worth a day. Look at his face. This is the mistake. Meatball made the mistake of sending this to me.
Filipino blush.
What were you thinking?
He sent this to me, and I knew his
life. They said my hips don't lie, and I was like,
they definitely lied. They definitely lied.
Look at this. Look at this. Look, Theme Park Casual. By the way, follow his channel. The guy's awesome. He's at Knott's Berry Farms right now, and he's hanging out with us while he's doing whatever. I saw his video before while he was walking
Theme Park
around.
Casual.
Thank you.
50% off. You get 50% off the Juicy special.
Yeah, Meatball will do a juicy dance for you. 50%.
We have 50% off.
90% off. Thanks for dropping by, Theme Park. I have not addressed the chat. I have been so stuck on riding horses, and I don't know what the hell happened here.
Web slinging.
Talking about Canadian internet crashing.
And how wet a video game makes you.
Hey, you know what I love, though? I love the honesty. It's beautiful. It's original. We need this. I try to say.
Do we need this? Does anyone need this?
With the Lamberty show, the whole reason I created it is I got so sick of And the whole reason Vex joined is I got so sick of seeing the extreme bias in absolutely everything.
Yeah.
So our end goal,
Yeah.
we currently do This Week in Gaming with Vex, and we do the weekly anime recap with Mikey, but that's not all I'm planning on doing. Like, I plan on covering a bunch of topics and just giving unbiased media coverage, which is something we haven't seen in 20, 30 years at least. Like, I'm so tired of seeing it. I really am. Like, I saw an article not too long ago and stuff, and Vex and I were talking about it, where they were talking about Wakanda was akin to The Godfather, and I'm thinking to myself, and I said to her flat out, I'm like, okay, so Wakanda hasn't even done as good as the last two Marvel movies, which did historically bad. And you're comparing it to one of the best movies of all time. What
First
kind
of all,
crack are you smoking?
First of all, being the Cannoli Sasquatch,
the juicy
The Godfather. The Godfather is my favorite movie of all time. So of course, initially, I see that and I just wanted to choke somebody. I was like, no. How do you ever compare anything to this movie? And then I read it. I thought it was a parody. I swear to God, it was so stupid. I was like, you got to be kidding me. And then I read it.
It's got to be from Babylon B or some shit. Right?
Yeah, this is so stupid. And then it's like, don't ever compare anything to that movie in general. But just like, first of all, the two different genres. They were trying to make some stupid point about it. Made no sense. And I'm like, your movie's trash. We know your movie's trash. Yeah, it made a lot of money in the opening weekend, but that doesn't mean anything these days. So Transformers made a lot of money, and it's like, So it's like, just stay away from my movie, please. Never. What is Ryan G saying here? You'd be so red if you read the chat.
In response to Advent's comment though that he had up there before.
Oh, about the syphilis.
Yeah, you only live once, bro. There you go.
Vex says,
I mean, you got to make the best
try
of this.
anything once.
Hey, you got to live, right? She's right.
You're gonna die of something. Might as well be syphilis from a cowboy.
There you go. Exactly. At least I gotta write a cowboy.
You know, the funny thing is for my work email and stuff, I don't like my name, my actual name going out. And I know you were talking about how you wanted to name your daughter after someone from Red Dead. You'd be happy to know that my work email's name is John Marston.
Yeah, you know what? That just pisses me right the fuck off now because you got John Marston as your work email, but you won't even finish Red Dead 2?
Laziness is a factor. That seems like way too much effort.
I'm so over you. I'm so over you, man.
Okay, I'll see you on Sunday.
I got stuck. I'm like, bro.
That's if she comes there now.
You literally have a Red Dead.
I mean, she loves to give golden showers, so.
That's what I hear, especially playing Red Dead 2. All right. Who had the next question? Who had the next question for the lovely Vex Electronica? Tim?
No, I have all the questions. I have all the questions.
You know what? Shoot whatever questions you have at me.
All
if you have lady questions, ask me about those too, because I'll give you an honest answer.
She'll give you the honest answer.
Have you ever gotten the gift that keeps on giving?
No, I haven't.
Herpes.
Wow.
I thought she meant endless orgasms, and that's also a no. So
wow,
it is what it is.
That is true. I wish
Okay,
I could
she's honest.
This is a 3-part question.
Okay.
Oh Jesus!
All right, what is the worst console?
Anything you
The worst gaming.
The worst gaming console?
Yeah.
I don't think I have one. I'm gonna be honest.
You
They're
got-
all good in their own way.
Oh my god, I can't with this. you gotta pick one. This is a 3-part question.
pick
You
one.
fucked up the first part.
So do your
Can
least
I-
favorite
can I
one out
answer
of
it?
all of them.
Yeah,
Can
you
I
let
answer?
Lavency answer it. Yeah.
Even
Which
though
one?
they had a couple games, I'd have to say the Dreamcast.
Okay, so Dreamcast is your answer?
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to say the Dreamcast.
What is the best game on the Dreamcast?
The fuck should I know?
Whiskey Banger.
I'm trying to be nice when I said there was a couple games. All right. I don't know. Maybe a Sonic. I don't know.
Didn't they have NBA Hang Time on the Dreamcast?
They did.
Well, if I know, I'm used to NBA
That's probably
Jam.
my
He's
favorite
on
game.
fire.
That was the first game that you could custom make your player.
Yeah, I used to love NBA Hang Time. That was my favorite game to play on there. That's all I remember. So, what's next?
So the now you do the flip side of it. What's the best console out there, and what's the worst game on it?
Best console,
Ooh.
PlayStation 2.
I was going to say
Worst game on
2
it?
as well. As
That's a
far as
good one.
worst game, there was
I
quite
can't
a
think of one.
few, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. But there were certainly ones that like I
Zoo
went out
Tycoon
thinking it
Park
was gonna
Maker
be-
thing?
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Lawnmowers. Whatever. They have a bathroom simulator. Maybe that's
Probably. With some weird Japanese
Probably.
ghosts in there, too.
Right.
Oh God, that's a good point. What about you, Whiskey Banger? What was your least favorite game on the PS2?
Least
I know
favorite?
you love that console.
PS2 is awesome. I mean, that's probably my second or third
Honestly,
favorite.
no. You
of
know
all
what?
time.
I think I know exactly which game is the worst that I can recall. Does anyone remember The Sopranos: Road to Respect?
I do actually. And that was a
What?
That game
disgrace.
is terrible.
Yeah, it
No.
was so bad. And they used the real life voice character. It was so bad because I remember I loved the show. And then when the game came out, my buddy had it, and he's like, "Oh, dude, you got to play this game. It's great." I was like, "Oh, cool, it's Sopranos." And I wanted to kill myself after playing like the
There's
first
also-
two levels of that game.
There was also
Depressing.
Women's Volleyball Championship, which I might have actually liked if we had that transgender person who spiked the ball at 150 miles per hour and broke
I would work
someone's
these
nose.
days.
I saw that video. Oh my god.
That was crazy.
That was awesome. I don't know. I think it's tough too because PlayStation 2 was a freaking amazing console, man. There were so many goddamn good games on there.
Oh,
I don't
I know,
know.
right?
That's a tough one. That's a tough. Did you name one, Whiskey Banger? Did your least favorite games on there?
So, like, I mean, if we're talking like
Any baseball game
I was gonna
ever?
ask Filipino on this one because it's easy to like name just a shitty game, like Barbie's fucking whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, there's just every console has a shitty fucking game.
But I mean, like a
several
game
of
that
them.
you played that was just bad.
So for PlayStation 2, my most hated game that I personally own was The Matrix. That game fucking sucks. Hate that game.
I totally
Yeah, it
forgot there
wasn't-
was a
Enter
Matrix
the
game.
Matrix.
It wasn't a good game.
That game was terrible.
It's all right.
Very disappointing.
Who remembers the American Idol video game?
Oh my god!
Oh
See,
my
that's a perfect
God.
My
example.
sister was
That's what I mean.
all about that.
Or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Oh god! Wait, Stovepipe. This Stovepipe said Madden '98 for PS1. Okay.
That's the worst Madden ever. Hands down,
Wait.
not close.
Is White Bear saying Final Fight for PS2 was the worst game? There was a Final Fight for PS2.
Yeah, there
Yeah, and it
was.
sucked.
Was it really?
There was also a
Why
Fight
don't I
Club
remember
for
that?
PS2, but we don't talk about Fight Club. That's the first rule of Fight Club.
This is showing Stovepipe's like knowledge of sports, which he has none. Encroachment in the defense, not encroachment. Stick to what you know, Stovepipe. Stick to what you know. All right, what's the next question, Meeple? You got some good ones here.
All right. If you were gonna pick, who is your go-to character in Mario Kart?
Toad.
I like it.
I second that
Toad.
motion.
Wario.
Dang.
Actually, I take it back. If it's a race, I go Toad. But if we're doing the battle, I can't remember the name, but where you got the 3 balloons, I went with Bowser because he's heavy and you could just run into someone and take their balloon.
That's fair.
I picked Bowser
Banger's
because
Wario.
it always reminded
Most
me of what I
resembles
look
you?
like. Yeah.
You look like a lizard or a dinosaur.
Well,
A
a fat one
Filipino
for
dinosaur.
sure.
Oh Jesus Christ!
that barely fit on the go-kart that you were pretty sure that axle on the back was about to snap. That was me.
That's about you. Yeah, I can see that.
Although if you work for Disney, you might have gone for Donkey Kong because it's not racist at all.
There you go.
Not
Yeah.
at all.
I mean, I have a really good credit score. That's the difference.
wow. He went there, people. Swing and it's. What's next?
All right.
Sorry, I'm just looking up the. I'm looking out for Susan. I think she's coming with a yellow monetization check.
Yeah. Eventually.
If you could only pick one, Kirby or Mega Man.
Kirby.
That's easy.
Mega Man.
Mega Man all day.
I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Kirby is actually a villain. Think about it. He goes through his entire life just eating everything around him. I don't think Kirby's the superhero. I think Kirby's the villain.
Hold on, are you saying that I'm the villain? Because I eat.
On top of that,
Because I go around eating everything around me.
Do you know? I have a video of Kirby doing.
Uncanny resemblance.
I've seen him.
I love Kirby. I'm
only picking Kirby because he gives the suck. That's really the only reason.
Wow.
I'm only picking Mega Man because he gives the blow.
I can see that. Why not get some pleasure out of it too?
Exactly.
Yeah. I think it's good. What else you got, Meatball?
All right, 2-part question: Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, and whichever one you pick, who's your go-to player?
Damn.
Street Fighter. Street Fighter. I don't remember what the character's name is, but it's the girl with the red jacket or the red top.
I don't remember that one.
Street Fighter. I was thinking Mortal Kombat and.
I might be thinking Streets of Rage. Hold on, I might be thinking Streets of Rage.
Oh God, I thought she was good at video games.
Wow.
I never said I was good at video games. I just like video games. I've been
can't
very
work a mic.
clear.
We know that.
Exactly.
But she likes to ride horses.
Big ones, girthy ones.
Oh yeah.
And film
day
it
in and day out.
I would have to say Street Fighter and Delsum.
Okay.
What about you, Banger? I know you love Street Fighter.
Neither. It's going to be Killer Instinct on Super Nintendo because that's the best fighter game ever.
You are ruining the question.
No,
it wasn't what's the better one. It was this or this.
Not only Killer Instinct, but you're going to pick TJ Combo, or you're going to pick Cinder, and I'll destroy you all day long.
If we were going down this road, I would have went with
round
Tekken
4 with Muhammad Ali.
So we're comparing apples and oranges.
Tekken's better than both of them too.
God,
Tekken is good.
Now, okay.
Tekken is the best. Tekken is the best.
Yeah. To answer your question, Street Fighter, and I always pick Guile because he's a
because you're the veteran. Yeah, you're the veteran. He's a vet. Yeah, he's the. I gotcha.
Seems like a lot of misogyny right there.
Because I like to piss people off by stretching my arms and legs, keeping them at a distance.
Just hitting them away. Yeah, pushing them away. Vega. Ryan G says Vega.
If we went over to Tekken, on the other hand, I'd have 2 different people I would have chose.
We didn't bring Tekken up because Tekken is just better.
I've never played Tekken.
I would have had 2 people though.
Bro, someone yell at her. She never played Tekken.
Take the mic away.
I'm not a fighting game person. I think that's
you know what? Not a lot of
Vex,
people like fighting games.
Vex.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Do they make a lover
Vex.
video game?
I got news for you.
What if they had a simulator fighting game? All right, what's the next question?
All right. Would you just racing, no other portion of it, just racing for the N64, Cruising USA, or Mario Kart 64? And why is Whiskey Banger wrong with his answer?
Wow. I don't know what his answer is, so I don't think I can answer that yet.
Well, you have to answer first, I guess.
Motherfucking Mario Kart, dude.
It's not Mario Kart.
That bullshit. That is not
motherfucking Mario Kart.
Get the fuck out of here. Fucking Wave Race is better than Mario Kart Racing.
So what was the 2 options?
It was Cruising USA or Mario Kart 64. And it's just the racing portion, not
Cruising USA.
See, thank you.
Hands down.
See, this man, it's a man of culture.
Mario Kart is, technically it is a racing game, but you got all these power-ups, everything else. Cruising USA requires a lot of skill because of all the obstacles that naturally occur, not that just randomly occur. Cruising USA was, I think, one of the original actual racers that got the genre of racing games to what it is now. That and GTA. No, not GTA. Gran Turismo. Really brought the racing genre to what it is now, whereas Mario Kart was more of a just let's have fun kind of game. Cruising USA was even in arcades. Like, it was an arcade game first. And I still remember playing Cruising USA with throttle and everything over here and just racing.
Oh,
and just,
yeah.
Mhm.
That was a fun game.
You couldn't do that in an arcade with Mario Kart.
There were no horses in either
It
game, though.
wasn't
I'm
cool
just
enough.
saying.
There was no horses.
I'm
just
okay
saying.
if this is my identifier. I'm okay with that.
No, that's
Right,
good.
like
This is
any
good.
day of the week.
Yeah. What else you got, Meatball? I know you got like 20 questions.
I have
rattle
a
off couple
lot.
more, and then
I
we'll be good.
have a couple of good ones here. So,
Give me your
Okay.
fire questions.
what game?
No, I would not do butt stuff. Anything but butt stuff.
He does do butt stuff for the right price. He's lying.
I know.
It's $24 for everyone who's asking. Before he does not provide change.
Wow.
What game, when you completed it, did you feel let down by?
Oh,
Ooh, that's a good one.
what game did I complete that I felt let down by? I feel like there's a whole bunch, but none are coming to mind. Okay, one that does come to mind. Far Cry 5.
Oh my god.
I am gonna get.
Honestly,
Honestly, if you think that's bad, I'm gonna get so much hate from mine too.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 12.
I've never played a Final Fantasy past the first one, so
I tried
I
to
know
play the
because
first
every
one
single,
so bad
every
and
single
quit.
week I have to explain to you that XVI is 16.
I think Whiskey Banger and I are the only two who like Far Cry 5. Is that true? Because
I
I
love the
actually
game.
like the game.
the
Here's the thing.
ending.
here's the thing. Yeah, I loved
ending was
Far
bad.
Cry
Yeah.
5, right? I thought
The
it
ending
was a
was
ton
bad.
of fun, but it just felt like there were so many elements that they didn't play out fully. Like there was so much potential that they didn't reach. That's why the ending felt so disappointing to me.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. I think the ending was
And they
very
really-
extremely.
They really wasted a villain in that game as well. So that's the reason I felt let down by it. But I thoroughly enjoyed that. My gamer score proves that.
I can't talk to you anymore. Weird world comedy.
Oh, the bugs hit Final Fantasy X, huh? Weird World. Wow.
Considering the fact that I beat that game so many times that I lost count after I hit over 500. Yeah, no, I can't talk to you anymore.
All right, Meatball.
I used to do challenge runs.
I
and
got
stuff.
one more.
No,
I got one more.
Give me your last best question before we shut down.
This is the last. This is my best question.
Okay.
If you could have any melee weapon from any video game, what would it be?
The BFG from Doom. Oh, that's not a melee weapon. That's not a melee weapon. Okay, hold on.
I got
Okay.
that one hell of a melee.
Sword of Sparta from Devil May Cry.
Oh,
I like
big
that.
one.
That's a great weapon.
God, there's so many. No, I already know. It's not a melee weapon though. Give me the golden gun.
He's
only.
going slappers only.
Knocking them off. Those are good choices. Those are good questions, Meatball. I'm glad you actually contributed for once to the show. I appreciate
One
that.
time, and I am done for the rest of the year.
Okay. I'm trying to just read through the chat. John Douglas. Hey, John Douglas. Thanks for showing. The guy, I love John Douglas, man. He comes up with like these nicknames for me. El Satsumi Lasagna. What the fuck? I love John. He's a good dude. By the way, I'm making it a mission this weekend to read my Isom comic by Rippa, the Rippaverse. I've had this thing for like a month. And John Douglas, Abomination AJ, and Left Eye Ego just did an awesome 3-hour stream last night breaking down the comic, and I've read like one page. I felt like an idiot. So I haven't watched the full show yet. What I saw, I liked. So I'm going to read this thing. I've had it sitting here for a long time, and I have to read this. And I want to thank Rippa, though, for creating something that the woke people in the industry have destroyed. So we'll get into that. And then also, I want to thank the awesome Vex Electronica for coming onto the show today. I had a blast doing this. We have a great time on Twitter all the time. And
Especially last night. There was a nice 3-way chat between.
there was a 3-way chat.
Wow.
Weird
You
World
and Advent.
Comedy. Dude,
Vex?
you want to
Wow.
yeah, Weird World. You want to get a fun person on when his internet's actually working. Finally, Advent Weird World Comedy is the dude. This guy has had a life. I'll preface it by saying this: this dude has life stories. He lost Make-A-Wish and had to pay them money for losing Make-A-Wish. That's all I got to say. Tell me you wouldn't want to hear that story. Exactly.
That
That's why I need him on the show.
What the?
He was a youngster and he had some health issues. He was dying. He lost the Make-A-Wish. He lost to somebody else and had to pay them a fee for losing.
I want that story too.
That's
I
the
have
story we
so
need
many
on the
questions and I don't even know what they are.
My brain hurts.
exactly.
Right? Like,
Exactly.
What?
This dude is hilarious. If you haven't subscribed to Weird World Comedy, please do. And then also, again, yeah, I'm getting people just jumping into the chat out of nowhere. So, all right, Lambency, you said, tell me your joke.
All right. So I bet you I could sum up politics in one really fucked up family. All right.
Okay.
Do it.
Little boy walks up to his father and he goes, Daddy, Daddy, what's politics? So the father goes, well, son, let me explain it to you this way. I'm the breadwinner of our family, so we'll call me the government. Your mom, fuck! What? Hold on.
Best story ever.
Oh, nope. All right. So I'm the breadwinner of our family, so we'll call me
This is why I do
capitalism.
most
Your
of the
mom,
talking.
she's the administrator of money, so we'll call her the government. We're here to take care of your needs, so we'll call you the people. Your nanny, we'll call her the working class. Now your baby brother, we'll call him the future. Now go off to bed and see if that makes sense. So the little boy goes off to bed. In the middle of the night, he hears his baby brother crying, so he goes to go check on him, sees that he severely shit his diaper. Goes to go tell his parents, finds his mother sound asleep, doesn't see his father, so he goes to the nanny's room, finds the door locked, peeks through the keyhole, and sees his father in bed with the nanny. Little boy gets up and goes back to bed. In the morning, he goes up to his father and he's like, Daddy, I think I understand the concept of politics now. So the father goes, good, son. Explain to me in your own words what you think politics is all about. So the son goes, well, capitalism is screwing the working class, the government is sound asleep, the people are being ignored, and the future is in deep shit.
Pretty on par.
Pretty accurate.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's pretty. Oh God, I was hoping it was a horse joke for Vex's sake, but I guess not.
It's okay. The night is still young for me.
That is very
Vex
true.
Do.
I don't want to know. Well, she'll talk about it to me on Twitter later, so we'll do that. Okay, so Vex, tell us.
Nay to me.
Yeah.
Nay to me.
Wow, talk about girth.
You know what? I was gonna say so. I'm not even. I think it's too dirty to say on this. So
Do
I'm
it.
not gonna say.
You won't.
Please.
No
You
balls.
She doesn't have balls, but she can say it.
Bigger than
In
mine.
2022, she identifies as whatever she wants.
You could say it, Vex. There's no whole. We're rated R show. It's okay.
I just want a cowboy to stroke my hair and say, "Good girl." That's all.
What the
See?
fuck is happening in my
Whiskey
life?
Banger's face. By the way, that's going to be a short for the week too. So she's giving me a lot of content for tonight.
Listen, all I know is the next girl that I bang, as I come on their back, I'm gonna take some of it, put it on their forehead, and go Simba.
Wow. It's a circle of life. Anyway,
The strike isn't me. The strike isn't me this time.
no, that's going to be me. Well, I'm not making money anyway off this yet. So what the hell's the matter?
Strike is 100% going to be me. 100% going to be me, and I
Nah, you'll be
apologize
all
in
right.
advance.
I'm not big enough to even get on YouTube's radar yet, even though they keep stealing my subscribers away
okay.
from me.
To be fair, though, if they do strike you for this, just play. You can play the race card on my behalf. You're striking a brown.
I'll do
woman.
that.
That's two
Oh,
right
I'll
there.
just say that.
And an Asian man. What the?
There you
Stop
go.
Asian hate.
And I identify as an Apache helicopter, so
I like how JT Gunn just comes into the conversation at the end and goes, "Wait, what?" JT, thanks for dropping. I was on his show Wednesday, and we did a great late night recap show where we did food and mob movies because that's my jam, it's my genre, and how I actually got hungry watching that. People were being shot, but in the background there was lots of food, so it was a good show. You go watch that. Subscribe to JT Gunn's channel, please, and Weird World. All right, Vex, please tell us where people can find you, social media, all that's in the description. But go ahead and lay it out for us before we end the stream.
I am very active on Twitter. Vex Electronica is my handle. I'm on. So our This Week in Gaming podcast is every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when it's live, at least over at Twitch, twitch.tv/The Lambency Show. The podcast is usually uploaded by, I would say, Tuesday or Wednesday to basically any streaming service you can think of, so you can listen to the re-uploads there.
Is it on my Pornhub? Is it on Pornhub?
I can get it on Pornhub just for you, Paul.
There we go.
Listen, I only have a Pornhub account just so I can have good bacon recipes.
Oh my god!
That's the strike. That's the strike right there.
Talk about being porked, right?
But I also do write gaming related content for thelambencyshow.com. I just released a review for A Plague Tale Requiem, which is on the website and it's pinned on my Twitter if you're interested. Other than that, I am in review. You can find me in parts of Canada just being fucking miserable. That's about it.
Hopefully not for long.
Not for long, yeah. But thank you for having me. I would love to come back.
Of course.
To talk about more pop culture. I had a lot of fun here. I'm hoping we can get people to dance on screen for us instead of watching the clip.
You guys can't handle that kind of heat. That's the kind of heat that gets this thing shut down. We go to the OnlyFans site, we got the heat.
It might be worth it. It might be worth it.
I think it would be worth it. Yeah, that might just be the push that you need to get into mainstream YouTube. In all honesty.
Look,
he doesn't need any bigger push.
You throw Tay-Tay on, I might lose my mind.
You throw Tay-Tay on,
I will definitely lose my pants.
Wow. Yeah, we're gonna lose our eyesight while you lose your pants. That's what's gonna happen.
I just need one person to start screaming "Daddy" in the background. It'll be perfect.
Jesus.
Puppy Manuel.
People who actually, I forgot to do this today. This is what I know I have good guests on. Usually I'm a general with this to like, subscribe, and share the video. I did not mention that once today because Vex stole the show. So I appreciate that, Vex. Thank you.
What color is your headphones going to be next time?
Sorry?
Blue, like my balls.
What?
Wait, hold on.
What?
Yeah, what? JT's like, what am I? JT's asking this, and so am I. I go, what the? It's my own show. I don't even know what's happening.
You're watching the sexiest live stream on YouTube right now.
This is the sexiest live stream
featuring Vex because I'm the star. Of the
By
show.
the way, JT, you want an awesome guest on your Wednesday shows? Pick Vex because she's awesome. It'll be a lot of fun. You can make fun of Canada. She won't care. She won't.
I will make fun of anything and everything. You literally saw me make fun of women voting earlier. And then I proved my point.
I saw something.
You know,
I do want to say
an idiot.
The best thing I just recently learned about Canada, they have a maple syrup reserve. That's like the greatest thing I've ever heard of.
Why is it always got to be food with you?
Bro, because who has a maple syrup reserve?
I mean, I'm a cannoli Sasquatch. I'm not going, Canada, maple syrup. You know what? I do like
how do you, like, they back up their money
now
with...
that I look at it, yo, what the hell? You got Cannoli Sasquatch. You know, obviously he likes cannolis. You got Filipino meatball. But then you got the drunk whiskey banger.
He brings the alcohol.
He balances it out.
Whiskey banger, and I always talked about this, that he's part Irish, so he brings the alcohol. I'm Italian, I bring the food. And what better combination is whiskey and Italian food, and especially cannolis? Like, come on.
Yeah. That's true.
All right, Lambency. So where can we find you? What's going on with you?
Well, you can find us over at thelambencyshow.com. You can find us on pretty much all socials at The Lambency Show. We just released an article yesterday, which is why I said that I can't get along with Weird World Comedy, about Final Fantasy X review. Still worth playing in 2022.
Oh, you finally released that?
Yeah, released yesterday.
God damn, that's literally been on the roster for months.
We just got a fan page and everything else on that. We've released a whole bunch of new features. Awesome. But basically, if you want to find anything for us, you could just go to the lambencyshow.com. We have everything there.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Listen, you've both been gracious. Awesome guests. Vex, again, appreciate you. I'll be talking to you on Twitter. I will be back Monday night at 6:35 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to do a review of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, because it's that time of the year.
Where
Thanksgiving's
can
around
I
the corner.
find this so I
Filipino.
can watch this? I need to watch it, but no one's telling me
It's
watch
on
it.
Amazon. It's on Paramount Plus. You can buy it for $7.
You get out of
What the
here.
fuck
It's
is
on
wrong with
Paramount
you?
Plus?
Or
Yes.
if
Alright.
you really want to save money, The Pirate's Life is for everyone. Wink,
That is
wink,
true.
nudge, nudge.
Learn how to use the internet. You'll get everything you want for free.
Look, Vex, you don't understand. I had to bring my headphones to Cannoli at least once a day.
You know what this
to
idiot do?
Repair them to my phone.
He would disconnect his Bluetooth headphones when we worked together constantly. And I'm like, how do you do this? You just turn them on and they pair up. What happens?
You know,
So-
there's Google for that, right, Meatball?
Yeah, his name is
Look at him.
Cannoli.
Yeah, he
Why
just walk
Google
over to
when
me.
I
Here
have
you go.
Cannoli? I literally just walk around the wall and be like, "Hey, friend, can you
Yeah, hey,
think?
can you fix
buddy?"
this? And I used to yell at him and call him that, but what else is new, right? I want to thank everybody for watching. Whiskey Banger, of course. Meatball's pleasure as always. And then as
Okay,
Kels
leopard cat.
throws her cat out of the way.
Fucking cheetah.
He's gonna step on the
What the
fucking computer otherwise.
snow leopard over here.
Shit.
Oh,
Fuck up. Really?
The hell
Canada.
kind of cats you got in Canada?
that's a snow leopard. It's not a cat. It's snow leopard until
huge.
proven otherwise.
See, I like how you just
Things
throw this
never said
cat
to you.
as if this cat didn't run away and you were heartbroken.
Oh, that was
I
the
know,
other
right?
one. That was
Oh, that was the other one.
Yeah.
Little kitty.
So
This
no
is-
wonder
this-
why you
this is
mistreat this
Kylo.
one. You're just like, get out of here.
Just be careful when you sleep with that thing around, okay? Because I don't know what the hell's going to
He's
happen.
the one that vomited on me last night.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, her cat just threw up on her.
Vomited.
I was nice and
If that's what
comfy.
you
You
kids are
know,
calling
I
it
had
these
my
days.
two
She's
layers of
into
blanket.
it now.
Yeah, so go watch that movie.
The face.
Hey, question. on your rating scales, are you gonna add cat vomiting onto the golden stream thing?
Only
No,
showers?
but
The golden shower?
I'm gonna add how much is this worth for a meatball. I will add that.
Ooh, I like it.
I like
Pretty
it.
good.
Yeah, I'm as the person in charge of the Lambert Sheet show, I'm gonna give that a hard no.
we're not.
We're gonna do it.
in
We're
charge,
gonna
but
we're
he's
gonna
not
do it by
really
how
in
many
charge.
cannolis?
Who's the talent? I mean, that's all I'm saying.
I won't even deny it. I'm just the guy
Yeah.
behind the curtains. Pay no attention to the man behind the
No,
curtains.
that's okay. So I will be going and trying to shoot somebody at the internet company that supplies my internet to me tomorrow because I hate them. But anyway, I will. Again, thank you for all showing up. Again, I don't know if we're doing a show next Friday because it's Black Friday. Sorry, I was politically incorrect there. We're talking
Non-binary
about
Friday.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're going to talk about
you're calling it
non-binary Friday.
Non-binary Friday.
Yeah, gender fluid Friday. And we'll talk about it then. But again, thank you all for stopping by, and I will see you next week.